from the darkened clutches of Enenra and the devilish charms of that underwent through Fierna. The party was successful in regaining their ally, but Ether had to sacrifice himself in order to restore Kazuko and recreate him far from Hydrogen and Inryu alike, with everyone intact and a Kazuko resurrected into Bahamut himself. The party was returned to Kurai, where Urun has received on his home in Western, far out west, a city within the continent of Teldori. That is your recap. Ah, from what I gather, some of you had certain objectives, so whoever wishes to start first may do so.
I just wanted to try to look into the relic, I think, and talk to Kill as well.
Okay. Which one would you like to do first?
I guess talk to Kill.
Okay. He's always at your side. He didn't seem to leave. I believe he stayed stuck with you.
I didn't mean to.
So yeah, he would be in the chambers of your father last we left you.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, you're hacking.
Kill.
I keep pressing the wrong button.
So, what are your intentions from here on as far as
Stop doing that.
Renshiro? I would like to go back, of course, and
Bruh.
see how the kingdom fares.
My intentions?
Would you follow me regardless what I decide?
Regardless of what you decide about
The two kingdoms?
taking over Kurai.
Mm-hmm.
Can you give me a scar, if you will?
You know that my loyalties are to you, your father, and all the people of Ranchero, right?
Yes.
And I will always do
Whoa,
everything that I can to protect you. But at this point, I can't give up on your father.
Oh, I'm not giving up.
Oh.
But there's always a possibility of not succeeding. Some people, I've learned, can't be saved, no matter what you do.
Crap, I'm dead.
Sky, can you go in there, please?
Huh?
And I reserve my answer for a later time.
Just remember that regardless of what you choose, I support your answer.
Let us out.
Also, no comments from Fenron through this.
Huh? Oh, I thought this was a private conversation. I'll just turn over and act like I'm not here.
I'll just pat him on the back. Or on the side or whatever.
Regardless of where things end up, still always will protect you.
I appreciate that, Kill. That's pretty much all I had to say. Don't know what we'll find when we get to Ranchero, considering Father. Who knows how long Father's been gone? Judging by the
Yeah.
I don't even know what I would call it. Technology, whatever was taking over his body. Could have been a while.
Possible.
You guys want to see something cool?
Perhaps we can merge.
All we can do
Look at
is
my hair.
all we can do at this point is hold out hope.
Yeah.
Well, how did you take that before me?
Thank you for your time on that matter, at least.
Of course.
I guess I'll try to do the relic now then.
Okay, what do you wish to do to try to reach into this relic?
I guess I would try to chance. Try to chance and trance and look into myself, like meditate kind of thing.
Okay.
Maybe also try to talk to Gregus because he knows more about it than I would. I would assume.
What got a present?
Okay. After like a good 10 minutes, you try to reach out for the relic through meditation and trancing.
Mm-hmm.
No progress. So you're like, well, Gregus might. He's dealt with it before. He had it on his persons.
Mm-hmm.
So you try to go to summon him, but
Oh, I can't break these.
the extent of his powers is expelled not too recent. So he doesn't appear before you at this point in time. Perhaps try at a later time.
Okay. Drats. Papa, poke, 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 poke.
Oh yes, yes.
So, say somebody has some kind of relic or something inside of them.
Right. See, this person is you. Okay.
Maybe. And I'm like,
carry on.
I'm like drawing circles on his like arm or whatever with my fingertip, like la la la. How would you suggest going about to that person getting access to it?
To the relic.
Yeah.
Is this relic perhaps sentient? Is it magical, arcane?
I have no idea.
You have no idea of this relic, and it's inside you.
Maybe.
When you say maybe,
Would you be mad?
I feel like it's more of a yes. And whether I'm mad or not, it doesn't quite fix anything. So I might as well just be civil and have a type of conversation. Maybe.
Yeah, it's inside me.
Well, then, I guess this came with the gift of Kazuko.
When he put Gregus inside me.
Does your friend Kazuko know what this relic's about? Do you have a name for this relic? Any inkling of what it looked like? Wasn't it egg? Roll a history and see if you remember. You're having a hard time describing it, but from what you can recall, is I mean, it looked like a circle and was kind of bluish turquoise. Yes, I was going to say that. Best I can do is probably do some research, find something familiar. I mean, you were on top of the mountain, and not much relics could be up there, I suppose. Um, no, most certainly I'm not moving from this spot. I think if you heal me anymore, I might become a radiant god at this point. So that should be fine. The only pain I'm in is. Never mind. I'll let it pass. I much rather not. It's fine. Good, as you should. Placing a disgusting relic within you. Just giving you a hard time. Relax,
Oh, okay.
please.
I'm relaxed.
All right, good. I'm going to continue my kingly duties and
Sleep.
attempt. Yes, exactly. Sleep.
Good.
Calling me a default?
I'll lean over and give him a kiss on the cheek. I'll leave you to rest then.
Appreciate it.
Tell him to start the game.
Out, Kyo, out, shoot, shoot.
Get shoot out.
I'll leave.
Okay.
Come
Who
back.
is the next?
Why?
Oh.
Call me a default?
Arya's next, because I'm heading here to remove some exhaustion.
So you head out to Arya's room?
Mm-hmm. I think you're still exhausted, right?
Do we get a full rest?
I would say this is during the same day you guys came back.
Yeah, I have 4 points of exhaustion.
Okay. Let's see. Which
You hear a knock on your door.
Arya!
pretty much.
You guys want to turn my map?
I would be lying in bed reading.
You guys wanna
I'm just
turn
gonna
my
bust
map?
in anyway. Arya!
Oh,
Door swings
you're
open
not
and
around
hits
there,
a-
Kazuku.
It's
What
a
a pleasant
table.
surprise.
When the door hits the table, Aislynn, you look and you see a bunch of like empty wine bottles. Rain's carrying one in his hand, kind of bringing it to the bedside.
I'll slap it out of his hand.
You would just see tears coming from Rain's eyes.
I'm sorry, Rain, I'm sorry. And I'll hug
And
him.
he'd go back to
watery
get
eye.
another one.
Starts to walk off. You see the castle ship.
Arya, you shouldn't drink like this.
Why? Are we doing anything?
You gotta rest. Which is lesser?
Yes, and I have other things. Whew, day old ration didn't taste good.
But,
No worry, I don't plan on drinking when we set a time to leave. And I have to rest tonight anyway, so I'll be good to go in the morning.
poke, greater restoration.
She's got rid of my buzz, didn't she?
Exhaustion level, right?
Yeah, it's exhaustion.
Yeah.
I would say Buzz is still there. I think she would intently destroy your evening.
That brings me to another point. As she's healing, I kind of lift up my arms and look around. Oh,
Uh-huh,
there it
yep.
is.
Boop. Greater
I
restoration.
hand her a book.
If you count it one higher, it doesn't remove an additional, does it?
There you go. Now I can start the
I
game.
don't think so.
Doesn't say.
Okay,
It's
so
a battle
then no.
royale, so it's one person.
Uh-huh.
You got some time tonight. Study.
Boop. Greater restoration.
There's chests down here.
I'm fine with you healing me, but why are you poking my boob?
I am totally not. Your boob is way off if it's right on your arm. Boop. Greater restoration.
But I just lifted my arms up to look for stuff, so you had to poke something, Aislynn.
Bro, why'd you do that, bro?
So it was 4 points, right? So you're now lacking exhaustion.
I see you've come quite the warrior.
No, it's a battle royale. Once you break
Me?
it, you break
No.
it.
Look at me. I'm all good now. Not a single scratch.
Once is
Warriors come in all different shapes and sizes. Do you think only warriors attack? Well, who supports the warriors? The frontliners. That would be our medic. A medic is a warrior. You're just as much danger as the rest of us. Don't sell yourself short. Humble is a questionable term to describe your healing. Yoshi appears here. Who are you? All right. Well, I appreciate you getting rid of that exhaustion. Now take the book. You don't have to do anything today. I imagine you're spending time with your father. I would think he would argue that you have plenty of time to take up left. Because we'll be leaving. Well, then hop up here and we can study together. The old textbook. Where you learn a spell of your choice. Ray of Frost, Magic Missile, Acid Arrow, and I think you've learned Rope Trick now, right? Here's a piece of rope. um, it's an intelligence check and then a performance.
You can roll with advantage because you're having a group study. Okay.
Performance.
After a couple of times, you're starting to get it down and try to cast it on this piece of rope.
Very well.
Voila.
You did it all by yourself. Even I have yet to master the feat of handling rope.
Ari, after spending time with her every so often, it's good to see your teaching making progress. The spell Stone's Skin has actually saved her life, and now she's learned Rope Trick. A bit aggravating that these spells don't come into your repertoire of various spells,
Slight eye twitch when she completes it.
but the accomplishments of being a sensei are overwhelming.
Well, it's time I show you something and really explain this. Then I break out the Orb of Hecate, set it down. Reach out to it.
We stare into it. It's a very darkened, like violets and purplish glows.
Her name is Hecate. Introduce yourself. Well, Hecate was one of... not my first god I've served. Definitely the one I stuck with, though. In my realm, we serve gods on a daily basis. Like, think of it like you and Kai, but we're not necessarily family. Have you heard of Mistra? Alright. Well, when I kind of take the orb and hold it in my hand and kind of separate my hands, making a weave of purple flames appear in it, that is the weave of magic. Everyone has a form of this weave. Even you. Through Hecate, all of us are able to be more than what we were born as. The gods didn't make mortals equal. Hecate did. Then I close my hands. Even you as a cleric are capable of learning way more than just your clerical spells. The reason I teach you is because I see great potential in you, not as a high priestess, but as a strong arcane weaver. Through spells you can save people, through spells you can hurt people. I think we both know which route you're taking. Okay. Through healing, I get it. One spell I've been looking at particularly, and I break out my old spell book. I really believe this is something more suited to you. Yes. It doesn't work here, so if you can figure out a way to make it work here, using what I've taught you and what this nice person that wrote this book has taught us. It's called Healing Rain. Creates a little radius around you and gives your allies healing. Water gives life to us all. Rain, not Rayne. Life gives sustenance to us all. I'm not saying that you'll be able to learn this, but I do think you're gifted enough to find a way to create something similar to this. Like Hekate did for me, and Jado did for me. I'm going to challenge you to make your own spell. This is not something that happens overnight, though. And should the day come when you surpass me, I hold out the orb one more time, then Hekate will be yours, as I will have a true successor. It should feel warm. And when she pulls her finger back, a little purple flame kind of curls around her finger. Well, magic is both comforting and terrifying. To anger my lady is to invite death. But I don't think he'll do that. Well then, go forth. Try to complete this challenge. But remember, everything that you do has a cost. So what you'll have to look into is what is that cost worth. A few of my spells I can't locate the required components, so I sacrifice my being to cast them. It's a cheap way of getting around a component problem. I don't want you to go that route, so figure out the components that would make this work. Figure out, I don't know. I don't need components in my realm. But I believe that you can do this. Everyone wants you to be something. I just want you to realize who you are. A brilliant caster and a wonderful little sister. As Rain hands me another bottle.
Boink.
Now, pop! I am getting my relaxation in. I think I've earned it. Don't be afraid to ever come back. Unless you hear noises that's, what does Izzer say, sound like bath time, then you should probably not come in. I'm afraid you're not my type, but thank you. Yeah. Usually they have a penis. And I drink again. Take Rain with you so I can keep an eye on the people that are keeping an eye on you. And if Kazuku goes to fight Jetsu, don't let him die. And don't forget what I said. Love you.
Leave Arya's chambers.
I would immediately get up now that the exhaustion's gone and go back to work.
Okay.
I'm not gonna cast anything. I'm just gonna work on stuff.
Okay. Uh, do 2 wisdom checks and then Arcana, and then while you do that, I will notate it. Is there anything
I'm
anyone
gonna do
else
Fortune's
wishes to
favor
do?
before I start. Just so you know.
Okay. Anyone else wish to go?
And I don't know who to. I guess. Is there like an archivist or like an archive in this palace or something?
Mm-hmm. I would
Is
assume
that
you would look for that, right?
yeah? I guess that's where I would try to go to.
Okay.
Um, this location of the relic that just kind of appeared on my notebook or my book.
Mm-hmm.
Is it something I'm already familiar with, or is it something I've never heard of?
Relic on your
The what's it? It's just I wrote chapter of the spider.
chapter of the Spider. Hmm. Can you clarify? I don't remember.
When we did the sigil after after we fought Kazuko and whatever.
Oh, got you. Got
Yeah,
you.
that one. When we
Uh,
got the ability points stuff.
um, go ahead and retcon spider and put scorpion.
Wait, what?
Get rid of spider and then put scorpion instead, please.
Oh, okay, okay.
I did say spider. I remember saying that.
Yeah. Okay, scorpion. Okay.
So you're looking for some type of information on this?
Well, it says it gave me the location of a relic, but is this a location I've heard of before, or is it something I'm not familiar with?
Uh, Go ahead and roll some intelligence checks as you kind of scour these books here.
Mm, mm, mm. Ugh, I'm not very intelligent.
That's
Just
not true. Let's see.
uh
11. So about 2 hours pass before you find something that looks a bit similar. On the cover, it is pronounced Bruderschaft aus Eisen. That's what it
okay.
says. Okay. Um, this language. Hmm. Actually, what languages do you know? Let's see.
Not this.
Let's see.
I think I have common, infernal, thieves can't.
These can't. Yes, unfortunately, you do not know this language. So when you pronounce this, it does seem like a bit of a foreign language to you.
I will
I can
write
learn
this
that.
down. I do have, let's see. I have comprehend languages.
That'll work.
That'll definitely work.
So I guess I will cast that and see if this will make sense to me
Okay.
afterwards.
Also, forgot to mention on the cover, you would see that symbol of the relic. It would show like this scorpion on the cover here. And once you cast the spell, the cover would make more sense, and it would say in common Brotherhood of Iron.
Brotherhood of Iron. No specific like geographic location, like whatever.
Um, you know, way back in your childhood that certain uniformed military folk would show up to the manor and request to see your father from time to time.
Okay.
You didn't pay too much mind to it, for you were young and wished to do other things as much as you wish to do now. But some stuff does kind of ring a bell.
Okay. Okay. So I think I got what I needed. I will pat the book. Thank you, book. I'll put it back in the shelf. And maybe I'll do a little bit of writing before I head to bed. Then I think that's it for me.
Okay. That leaves Mr. Kazuko
Hmm.
with a newfound strength and abilities. Is there anything you wish to do as of this late evening?
Yeah, I would go see Gerard.
Gerard?
Hmm.
You go to the chambers where you last left him. Doesn't seem to be present.
I would go check the training room.
Okay. You approach the training room, and there's one individual seems like he hasn't really left at all. You know this person to be Jetsu. Very sick, a bit scrawny. Looks like very malnourished. But you would see him just kind of looking at the sigil that his son has created within these castle walls.
I would just walk up next to him. A little bit different from our time.
Oh, didn't think anyone was here. Yeah, it's a bit all strange, but I mean, things seem to be better. It's hard to say, especially with Inri running around doing whatever he wants.
It's unfortunate we couldn't seal him permanently.
Well, uh, hopefully you can do what we couldn't. I'd also like to say congratulations on your return.
Thanks. It was eye-opening to say the least.
So, are you still Tolkien, or
I'll always be Tolkien at heart. I'm just not connected to Inryu anymore.
it's gotta be a blessing?
Of course.
Well, what brought you here? I'm sure lurking around isn't your forte.
You remember our promise.
Oh, the duel.
Yes.
Um, I mean, whenever you're ready, or whenever you feel ready. I mean, not exactly want to push you towards that.
I'm ready. I feel like this is probably the best time to do it.
Um, I think you should get some rest first. Maybe in the morning, early in the morning, we could do this.
Hmm. I will take this suggestion, old friend.
All right, cool. Cause we got some things to take care of before all this is said and done.
I will walk out and I would just say, when we do fight tomorrow morning, Don't hold back, please. And I would walk out.
Once you leave, he would mutter to himself. Wasn't really thinking about holding back, but like his style. Continues to look at the banner. Kel, is there something you wish to do?
Not tonight, but at some point.
Okay. So I assume you guys all get sleep, get the benefits of a long rest. You all sleep very soundly. Feels good to actually get some decent sleep and not worry about impending doom or traveling to hell. But you all wake up.
I'm gonna go find Kazuko.
Okay.
Same seas.
Kicking his door.
I'll
Arya.
just assume you guys all reconvene on
Kazuko's door.
Kazuko. Yeah. Everyone just kind of wakes up. So you're all gathered together.
Yes.
You knock, Arya.
Grab your shit. Come on,
Well,
Huh?
move it.
What are you talking about?
Follow me.
For what?
Training
I can't train right now.
now.
jeez.
Why do you want
important.
to?
Just follow me, please.
Well, thank you.
Don't throw any brothers on the
Alright.
ground while you do this, Arya.
Also, I guess when I'm following, I would walk past the guard. I would ask them to look for. And I would just give them a Gerard's description and if they've seen him.
No one.
No, sir, we haven't seen him since, well, actually, he left. Upon everyone's arrival back, he left back to Tolkai.
All right, thank you. And I guess I'll follow Arya.
I lead him to a beautiful balcony overseeing the city.
Okay.
I'd grab a couple pillows and lay him on the ground.
How is this training?
Just get in your meditation stance or whatever you do.
Is this romantic time between the two of you?
Watching Arya lay down Kazuko.
Meditation. I mean, okay.
It's 10 feet apart. Don't relax. I don't know if you even can do that anymore.
Don't relax or relax.
Relax.
Okay, I guess I would get into meditation on this pillow.
Now, where's she at?
If I this is who I think you're talking about. Last I saw, she was getting.
I didn't mean last. Come on. Where's she at now?
I would close my eyes and try to visualize where she's at.
Okay.
I would do something similar.
You close your eyes and you would begin to see her within an inn. Got these lanterns with purple flames in them. Seems to be in a very nice place that's well kept, eats good food. Seems she spent the rest of her late evening there. If you continued watching, it'd just be pretty much her just sleeping for the night.
Alright. Where's she at?
Very nice quality inn with purple flames.
I grin. The crossroads inn. I'd be happy to know she's safe there.
That's
Get
good.
familiar with knowing where she's at and what she's doing. I might be able to help you make sure she survives the ordeal. If I know the area and you can communicate, I can lead her on a path that would help her find people to help her. I just want you to get familiar with the crossroads, understand what she's going through. Be there for her. Because in the end, you will be reunited. And I know you don't want to blow this opportunity.
Got it.
Also, have you figured out your form yet?
Not in the slightest. I know I got claws and a tail.
All right. Would you care if I take a look deeper in?
Okay.
I go behind him and I cast Detect Magic.
Okay. You would have various skills that are similar to that of dragon-like traits.
Good.
Breath.
I'm looking for the portfolio, kind of like an overall of what he represents.
It's a blank slate. All you would see is his name.
I pat him on the head. So you're gonna have various breath attacks. I'm assuming it's related to Bahamut. What a great privilege you've gotten. But the best part of it is, you get to define who you are and what you'll become.
How would I go about doing that?
Well, I'm assuming you're somewhat of a god, right? My liege, and I bow.
Taking up the mantle of Muhammad, I guess I am.
How do you want your... What do you want your legacy to be? Do you want Bahamut to be revenge, destruction? Do you want Bahamut to be hope and justice and virtue? The gods of my realm have a portfolio that suits who they are. The gods of this realm are similar, except for when they die, they die. So, my best suggestion is shape your portfolio to suit you and those you wish to help. Because your followers are also going to need to be able to do something with what you provide. Kai has a very beautiful portfolio, that of love and healing, the savior. You could be the light of justice, or the swift sword of revenge. You can be anything. But one thing's for certain, I believe what you'll do will reshape the realm for the better. And your sword needs your swordsmanship, you could use some work. So whenever you're wishing to go over techniques, please let me know. I'd be happy to service you there.
I'll totally do that. But I don't have a sword.
You do now. And I hand him Achilles' blade.
No, 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 no. I'm very good at unarmed combat. I don't really need a sword. It's more of a luxury.
Oh, that's Shiva. So fisticuffs. I can help you there as well. I once beat a sun god in a fist fight. I mean, he was
Impressive.
more of a sun child, like a slight flame. He'd yet to come into his own. But like him, you will shine bright. I pat him on the head. Enjoy the gift of seeing my home. And I walk
That
away.
I will do. Aislynn, I'm gonna need to get up.
Aww.
You guys go to McDonald's?
I'll stand up. By the way, Kazuko,
So you guys use the
what a big brother.
stone, not stone.
What do you mean by that?
Didn't you absorb him? Is he gone?
Absorbed. Who?
I can't remember.
Bariah.
Mariah.
Oh, I was like, I think you were talking about.
Oh my Lanta.
You mean you're like quote unquote big brother, not
Yeah.
like genetic. I was like,
Yeah.
not absorb Kai.
No, Mariah.
I would actually try to find that out myself. I would close my eyes and try to see if Kurai is still there in my mind.
Uh, Try to reach and nothing. Just your own thoughts.
It seems that I've lost Kurai.
Oh. Okay.
It's gravely unfortunate.
Wait, what happened?
Hmm. Did Ether go peacefully at the end?
I remember him stabbing a sword through my back,
Brushed his
and
Oh.
then disappearing with the wind.
I see.
But yes, he. Last I saw of him after him forcing my head up, he disappeared with a smile on his face.
That's good then.
Well, I'm about to go spar with your grandfather.
Oh. I'll raise my arms up.
Yeah, I would pick her up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess I'll start walking to the training room.
Okay. It's like, yeah. No, no, no. But you start making your way towards the training room, and you wouldn't see him there, but a guard would tell you that he is at the arena.
To the arena then.
Yep. See, yeah. Yeah. You may place yourself where you like. Oh, I changed the song.
That was the song on this map.
Yeah, you'd see Jetsu waiting there, pretty calmly, not looking very tense, just kind of waiting your arrival. Who else came?
Aislynn. If we were with Kyo and Oren, I would have invited them to watch if they wanted.
Okay, so whoever wants to be there, you place your tokens if you want, but it's mostly, I assume, just Kazuko and Jitsu that are doing their thing.
I'm just here for healing support.
Yeah, I would go, but I mean not to participate. Just
But you would see Jitsu there, Kazuko, waiting for you. He turns to you and he would say, "Oh, uh, hello everyone. Glad you all made it. I,
Hi, Grandpa.
hello, Iceland. So, is this just you or the group?
Just me and you, like
Oh,
old times.
okay, good. I was about to say, from what you told me before, was that go all out.
Of course, I wouldn't have it any other way.
All right. So, if you're ready, have at you. I've never been one of hand-to-hand combat. I've always been a swordsman, so you'll have to excuse me for not being so honorable.
No problem. I would
Uh,
Initiative time?
Yes. Initiative. Very good. You go first. Jetsu would kind of wait there and just get into a stance where his back's kind of turned to you.
Oh, I was just lunging at him. There's nothing really else to do here.
See.
His back turns toward, but he's always aware. I just know he has to be. Bonus action, rage,
Okay.
and then reckless attack. That's a lot of damage.
Mm-hmm. That was definitely it too.
Also takes that.
Okay.
That's radiant. No, like 11 of that is radiant. The other 11 is piercing.
Okay. You guys see Kazuko grow like these sharpened claws and begin to tear away at the garb of Jetsu. Um, causes some flesh wounds here and there, but Jetsu seems to be unnerved and doesn't move. If that is your turn, it'll be his. For a brief second, you see him vanish, but he only moves back 10 feet. It is at this time. Let's see. I'll need you to make a dex save.
Dex save.
Mm-hmm.
Can I see it or I can't see
I would say you can't see it.
it?
Uh, how far is your true sight, Aislynn? About 50 feet, which it ain't. She's probably AFK. But go
I
ahead
think she
and
said it was 60 feet in here.
60. Let's see if she's close enough. Yeah, she'd be close enough. Uh, oh well, she's not here, so she won't get no info. But for a brief moment, you see him like barely take the sword out of the sheath, and then just sheath it again. You're like, what? He didn't seem to attack. And then around you is this very like this sphere appears before you, and you see like these like 1,000 cuts in front of you.
Oh no.
As so you fail the dex, so you won't take half. You take 123 points
God damn. What damage type is that?
lightning damage.
Oh my god.
Um, as you see like these kind of like whirling blades, it's almost like seeing like blades of wind for a brief second. Um, you see it dissipate for a moment, and then you slowly begin to see those same slashes surround him within 10 feet radius.
What? Damn, I don't want to walk close to that. Um, Or try to do a radiant breath in front of me to get rid of these cuts. A
You can most
cone,
certainly try.
15-foot cone.
Okay.
He has to make a dex save.
Dex save.
Okay, he
28.
passes. He takes. Actually, he passed, so I don't think he takes any damage.
He takes half.
Oh,
It doesn't say it on there. That's my bad.
takes 11 points.
11 points. Thank you. All right. So you use your breath attack upon him, Aislynn and Urun. You could see Kazuko taking a deep breath and then exhale this radiant type energy that just unfurls. But a lot of it is dissipated between the cuts of this kind of very slashing kind of wind blades that surround Jetsu. If that is your turn, I would bring us to Jetsu, I believe.
Oh wait, is it this? That was an action, right?
Yes. Well, wait.
Okay.
Breath is a bonus. Sorry.
Oh, they get rid of the blade things in front of me.
You would see that they still stand strong. His back still turned to you, holding on to his sheathed sword.
How far do they go? Like wide?
How wide? It's about 10 feet all around.
Around him?
Mhm.
Ugh. I'm gonna have to get through that if I want to even make any progress. Fuck. I'm guessing there's a save or something I'm supposed to be doing.
Are you just coming in? Okay. Oh, when you step in, we'll see if these hit. One for 5 feet, and another for the other 5 feet. 25, I believe that hits. Yes. Okay.
45, 77.
Mm-hmm. So 77 points of slashing damage. Which I believe is half for you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you did damage.
Then I'm gonna reckless attack.
Okay. Both definitely hit, so 40 points of damage.
I end my turn.
Okay. Still reeling in with these claws. A lot of your unarmed strikes meet those like winded blades, and they kind of leave like these lacerations across your palms. You strike Jitsu as well, clawing and tearing away at his robes. They become tattered to where most of it now is just in shreds, and he's shirtless at this point. You see him begin to get a bit lower, and he makes like this very circular kind of motion with his arms. Uh, the sword begins to glow, a very like bluish, radiant aura where it connects with the sheath.
Mm,
I get a roll 1d8 for reasons. 6. Then I gotta see if I get this back. No. When it glows, you see like these kind of very decorative cards appear above you, and there's 6 of them. And then he begins to slash into you. 30 hits, so 37 points. As he slashes, one card gets slashed. And then I'll just roll all of them. 2, 19, 20, so that miss. And then 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4 hit, which is 37, 34, 26, and 29. When this sword glows and the cards are slashed, the ones he missed, 2 cards remain. When these cards get dispersed, they let out this kind of bluish energy and it hits your person. These kind of like bluish flames.
This is getting real ugly real fast. But I ain't no bitch.
Alright, so now it is your turn.
English attack.
Alright.
And then I'm gonna swing around and hit him with my tail.
Okay. Tail attack, 26 does hit. So 18 plus 20, 38. Very good.
By the way, he would be getting advantage
Okay.
on
Appreciate
attacks.
that. Because you are doing reckless, I forgot. 38. As you go in, you have this upward slash with your claw, and as you turn around, you hit him with your tail, and you see him fumble a bit onto the ground, and you see him coughing, blood going into his hand. It is at this moment where he completely uh, faces behind you, like his back's turned to you, and Aislynn, you see him hold the sword upward, very close to him, much like that drawing you did. You all begin to see him actually draw the sword this time. Uh, when he unsheathes it, it gets very dark around the arena. A lot of the light that was casted begins to get kind of pulled towards his blade, and it shines in a way that's a bit intimidating. Okay. I believe you have 2 cards left. But we'll do this first. $18 misses for sure, so you don't take that initial damage. Dash on 1d2 plus 1. You would just see him completely like vanish. And then 2 of those cards he'll attempt to use against you. Oh, advantage. Sorry. So this would be, I'm gonna get advantage on that first one. 24 would hit, so then be 40 points for lightning damage. And then the advantage for this one misses still. And then the advantage for that last card. 28. So there's 1 card remaining. As he vanishes, Aislynn, you can kind of see the way he's moving is very fluid and a bit strange that for such a sickly man that he's able to move in such a manner to where he's a bit limber Seems as though he plays off his age a bit. Strange and awkward that someone would act in this way. One card remains. He is vanished for 3 rounds. Think of this as let's see. Right now, you would just have disadvantage at this point. So if you're reckless, it'd be just straight rolls. But what it looks like is like he's creating like these mirages of himself, like
After
mirror
images.
images. Mm-hmm.
Let's see if I still got my re- reflexes. Been reckless. So straight roll.
Straight roll if you do reckless.
Okay, those are my two attempts.
34 and 29 both hit indefinitely. So that is 30. 34. Dial that in. These mirages surrounding you, um, they don't fool you for a second. You're still able to catch him as he passes and zooms by. Uh, both claw techs able to find their target. It's at this point that a card remaining is still on your person. You will attempt to cut that last card with advantage. So for space sake. So 42 points of slashing. He cuts the remaining card, and the final flame is imbued with you. He's going to activate that. Let's see. I will need you to make a dex save, good sir.
He's moving too fast for me to see it, right?
I would say as you're kind of learning this fight, you can now roll with your advantage, your barbaric advantage. So I feel like you're doing really good on a lot of the the hits. So I feel like
I
catching up.
failed probably.
Yeah, it was. Okay. Um, this attack is very quick, and Aislynn, you begin to see it. I don't know if it would actually reach you guys. It comes close. You and Urin and Kyo actually duck as it seems like it's getting fairly close to you guys. You tell them to get down, and you would see this like 40-foot radius slash come across. I guess we'll just wait for it to roll here, because stuff and things.
Because roll 20, that's why.
Mm-hmm. There we go. So you take 73 points of lightning.
Oh, jeez.
The blade just surrounded in lightning just cleaves across the arena in this 40-foot radius as it then crackles off into the ground. Seems like the storm begins to pass. The sunlight is brought back. Jetsu begins to sheathe his sword as he actually hits a knee, and then you'd see him just kind of collapse.
Is the fight over?
Shoot. I'm hurt.
Uh, Kazuko would have ended or entered his endless rage state,
Healing.
but it would seem that Jetsu is a bit too ill
On
to
me.
I'm gonna
carry
run
on.
out then.
I don't even know what my this rage would even look like right now.
It's a bit more peaceful than the one you've used to have, or his built-up rage. Seems like that died along with the Inryu portion and the Hydojin that was given to you.
I run
Uh,
out in the.
okay. Aislynn, when you see Kazuko in his endless rage, um, it's not as angry or as vengeful as it once was. It definitely seems a bit calmer and more calculated. He
Uh,
actually has some of his wits in this form.
Stand down,
yeah.
Kazuko.
I would just give myself my one hit point and just sit down on the ground.
When you sit on the ground, Jetsu just begins coughing. Just
I would heal him.
you're too kind. Your healing won't do so much for me.
Oh my god, he's horrified.
Shut up!
My God.
Fuck off! Well, anything I can do, even if it's a little bit, Grandpa.
I've already promised him that I would die once our duel is complete.
Come on, team up.
No.
Does that mean Kazuko seeking him out killed him?
Kazuko, you know, you've always been one to always survive and learn.
Hey,
Who
take
did you
this.
promise?
Hey, take this.
What I've learned from this fight
I
is
can't pay.
even in your state now, you're probably still the strongest in the room.
Fight for those who live and suffer and become so tangled and twisted unto this evil realm. Now that you're someone who can help and change the course of this realm, I can actually pass knowing that I left this world, its fate, in your hands. And gives you his sword.
I would, I would hold him one more time as a brother in arms.
It's hard to notice, but his frail arms wrap around you, very weak. It's a bit strange that someone so powerful, their touch is almost non existent. Aislynn, you would hear him say this with Kazuko. Muhammad is welcomed in Kurai. May you start your following in my people and many others.
Thank you, brother. I'll make sure to watch over your family in your stead.
When you say those words, seems he's beginning to drift away and his arms would go limp.
I would lay him on the ground and close his eyes, give him a traditional Tokayan uh, prayer.
If possible, try to call Kai to my side for his last moments with him, since he's still his grandson.
Kai would be there watching, just kind of observing what Kazuko's doing, doesn't want to disturb his moment. But Jetsu passes, his eyes closed, a smile on his face, knowing that Kurai is in safe hands, that a god is on the other side of the divine gates. Give us Let me get my sad song out here. Oh, my sad song.
Aislynn would be bawling at this point.
I would hold Iceland and say, once we beat Enryu, maybe we'll be able to bring them all back. Until then, we're gonna have to stay strong-hearted.
I should have Rain near Iceland. I'm gonna have him cast a minor image to make some orchids appear around him.
You see him begin to bloom in the ground. And it's very.
Ooh, can I switch that to the Meadow of Gaia?
Yeah, you can if you wish.
Yep,
Target,
a meadow of
target
orchids.
Joe, target Joe, target Joe.
I would attempt to grow the same thing with my holy chapter thing that I learned.
Okay. And in just brief moments, this place becomes no longer an arena, but a grave site for a king that once lived to protect his kingdom. Sealing Enryu and sacrificing his own way of life just to make sure that everyone was safe. The arena is now filled with luscious green grass, orchids, and a giant tree with these very purplish
Gary, look at my man.
and this giant tree with like these purplish and vermilion like blossoms begin to bloom. As Jitsu lays there, the very nature begins to grow around him, leaving him undisturbed.
In a tree, I would carve. Will be forever remembered as probably the strongest person I've ever met.
Rain would stop him before he carved in the tree and just kind of hold his hands together and summon a stone and set it there.
When you try to carve into the tree, Rain stops you for a moment to acknowledge that scarring the life would be wouldn't be behoove you, but you would see him create like this stone kind of memorial, a rock that appears from the ground right in front of the tree.
He grabbed his finger and pointed at it.
Then I would put my message in the rock.
Rain with his tiny, like grabby hands, kind of urges you to carve into that instead.
Yeah.
Is he lying on the ground now?
Jetsu, yeah. Well, not in the ground, but
No, I
still,
meant on the ground. Yeah. So then I would kneel down next to him and I'd clasp his hands together over his chest and just straighten his hair and robes.
When you kind of rearrange him, he's very at peace. Like it seems like this is the most rest he's ever gotten in his years.
I'll kiss him on the forehead.
When you kiss him on the forehead, you begin to see him standing next to Kazuko with your true sight. And you would hear him say, I'm sorry for what I've done to your people. Building on their ancestors' grounds wasn't the smartest idea. But I did what I could to help save Miu from that of Haidojin. So I built my kingdom, fulfilled my promise to Haidojin, married Miu, and continued to be an enemy to a race of people out of selfishness. I'm sorry I never told you in person, but I'm sorry. Sorry that I too gave you pain. You'd see a spirit fade.
Goodbye, Grandpa. Kazuko.
No. Oh, but why did
Yes,
he
please.
kill him?
He was by your side. He says he's
Nobody
sorry
kills people unless
for
they
building
kill
over your
that person.
people. He's sorry for his selfishness. And he did the best he could for Mio. And he's sorry he couldn't tell you in
How much you
person.
bet Joe is
I would crouch down next to Aislynn and say,
If it's true, you
what he doesn't know is I forgave him for that when I first met him, when I was 17.
When he says that, you'd see the wind begin to pick up. But then slowly calms down and grows still.
I think he understands now.
What's life if you can't move on and forgive people?
You all look about around you, and you would see that this place has no longer held a purpose as an arena, but is now a memorial and a burial place. A resting place for someone that hasn't had a good night's sleep in a long while. Someone who suffered a sickness for doing the best he can for the people he's loved. Jetsu will continue to rest.
I would look to the sky and just say, Finron, you probably know what's already happened.
I'm gonna go to
Who's the
Papa.
party?
I would follow her.
Why, you bots? Live
I'm gonna walk into the room with my
Hey,
looking
wait,
down.
don't go in there. Yeah, you better jump in there. You left?
Papa.
Yeah, behind him. You should. Alright, now he's right towards you.
Yes, what is it?
He's in front of you.
He's gone,
Yes,
Papa.
Kill? I mean, it made sense. He was going to his people.
No, Grandpa.
What do you mean?
He's passed, Papa.
See, Fenrong forcing himself out of bed, kind of struggling a bit.
I'll run to his side to help him.
You haven't seen too much. He's kind of stayed in bed, but you would see just these large scars from the left side of his body and across his chest. It creeps up to the side of his face. He looks a bit distorted
I need two
I'd-
guards
from
on me.
what he sacrificed, but
Okay.
he seems very much in a hurry to go see what this is all about.
I'm trying to see. Gate can take me there, right?
Sure,
If you wish to use it, yeah.
Hold on, Papa, and I will hold my hand up and open the gate to Jetsu.
Okay.
No.
You open the gate.
Help him through.
Okay. You open the gate, and as soon as it opens, just a lot of those cherry blossoms and the flowers begin to kind of carry through that gate. And for a moment, Fenron was in a big rush, but once he sees the gate and his father there next to that stone, you see him stop. Not much of a person to hesitate, but he takes a very long pause, almost too long to where the spell almost fades, but you kind of egg him on to keep pushing closer. The way he kind of walks now is he carries a limp with him, still a bit injured, suffering from that of the 9 hells. You bring him to the tree, and you would see him just collapse to his knees and lay next to his father and begin to cry.
I would just be leaning on the tree overwatching them.
Fenron doesn't seem to create any words for this moment or wish to say anything witty, but he just cries and sniffles, and for a while he stays there next to his father.
I won't say anything unless he
It
speaks.
gets a bit quiet after a while.
I won't say anything unless he speaks.
You would see Fenron get up, not all the way, but from laying down position to like a sitting.
Always sit with him.
He looks at the stone and, using archaic magic, he writes, "To my beloved father, may you get the rest you deserve. You would see him force himself to stand up, and he begins to look at the kingdom of Kurai. He is now actually king. He's gained so much, but has also lost someone very close to him. Is he angered? No. He's happy that his father can be joined with his mother, for he knew that Jetsu wouldn't actually rest till he knew that the world was in good hands. And he looks to Kazuko holding his father's blade. I agree with his decision. I know I've been someone that's a bit hard to deal with from time to time, but I would like to say we are enemies no more.
I'll grab his hand, or Fenron's hand.
I haven't viewed you as an enemy for a while, nephew.
You still intend on calling me such a disgusting name?
I was there when the day you were born. I got to hold you. Of course I will.
Since you're God, I suppose you are to have a temple. Just make sure it's out of the eyesight of my castle.
Uh, got it. And I would walk out and give them some time and to say, times like these is when you want to rely on your family. I suggest you talk to your siblings, Jetsu and Miku, when you're ready. No rush. And I would
Jetsu.
walk out. I mean, Jado. Jado. They have two similar names.
I wish to grieve before I approach them.
Do as you must. And I would walk out.
I'll stay by his side.
This will no longer be a place of battles or bloodshed.
That
Pull out
would
your
be
shotgun.
nice. If possible, I would like
Okay, now
to
look
kneel
in front of
down
you,
towards
turn
the
around.
tombstone and
Shoot. Nice.
make
Build.
more orchids grow.
Now use your
Easily enough, especially with the training you've gotten from the book and the gourd seeds. Uh, kind of druid crafting in this manner of orchids is very simple for you. It's almost second nature. You feel as though you're not only a healer, but someone that can create life. Not as powerful as some people would think, but beautiful in its own way. Something that's powerful in a more emotional type state. Creating these orchids may be a symbol of a different land, a different kingdom, but now it means remembrance for someone that has been taken away from life, someone that's earned their rest. And that was of Jetsu.
goodwill. Peace.
It's not much, but
It's more than enough. More beauty than I can ever create.
Your other dog water, your rice water.
silly, Papa, you made me and Kai, didn't you?
I would say your mother has more of those traits.
I'm sure I got a lot
What's
from
going
you
on?
that are worthwhile. Certainly got your hair, and I'll swish my hair.
It is very unique, isn't it?
It's very pretty.
You'd see him pick you up and just hold you in his arm. So what do you plan to do next?
I want to go try to help
Better than ninja.
Uran's
Oh,
family.
you got a P90? Yes, sir.
And then I need to go see what's become of Renshiro.
Yes, sir.
Daddy was taken away and changed after all. Perhaps
If
merge the two people if
I ended
possible.
my fate because it was 2020.
if you need any means of travel, I do not mind helping you and your allies get to where you need to be.
Oh,
Only if you're capable. Don't push yourself too hard.
oh.
And then I'll reach up and the scar goes up his face, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll reach up and gently
Yeah.
touch his cheek where he's
I see
scarred.
that either.
He doesn't flinch. You touch and you can kind of sense the pain he's been through. And sharing that vision of when he was a child, he was a very lonely boy and judged for being someone that's different. A bit bullied for being someone that's more introvert.
That vision that I had, that wasn't like an actual travel to the past, and that was actually him, right? That was just a vision.
It was a shared vision to where
Why
you
is
can
it a wall?
interfere from what you get.
Wait, why is this dark?
So
like
you
this?
did find somebody that loved you wholeheartedly and
Stop,
unconditionally.
I'm trying to explore this.
I would have to say there's two of them within my life that I have found. And I'm very grateful for them.
Me and Mama.
Of course, don't know of anyone else that is of that important.
Better not be. I'm just kidding.
It's, wish to return to my chambers. When you and your friends are ready to go as you please, I will transport you to the location you so wish to be at.
Okay, Papa. I guess he'll put me down so he can go, or
Yeah,
I'll
he'll
help him.
put you down.
I'll help him walk if he needs it before I go find the others.
Takes a while.
And
He
let him.
kind of soaks in the surroundings of Kurai and how very, uh, how kind of negative he's been to his people, where it's very orderly and everything's so placed in its spot to where everything needs perfection. You would see him kind of thinking about change.
I think I would kind of gather what the general idea from his face and him looking around.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Same thing, right?
Small actions can make big
I wish I had the gun.
reactions, Papa.
I suppose been a bit too harsh on these people.
Oh, yeah. But no, seeing that look on your face, I think you have a good chance of making a step in the right direction. And I'll be here to help you.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you too, Papa.
And for a while, he almost seems at a loss for words. But you bring him to his chambers. He gives you a hug.
And for what it's worth, I'm really glad you're my Papa.
I'm sorry I sent you away.
He would see a letter on his bed.
I know why you did it, and I understand, of course. And I'll make like a cross motion across my lips, like I'm not talking about it. I know I can't talk about it, but I know why. You did what was best for me, after all.
Of course. You'd see him kind of looking on his bed and see something out of place and grab a letter. Begins to open it.
It's a note and the spell page for mind melding.
I peek over, like, oh.
When you peek over, you would see in Arya's writing, because you're kind of used to it, study pals and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So the note would say simply, "Seen you grow a lot. Your father had great respect for, or Destin had great respect for your father. I know how much she means to you. With my help, I can save her. Sincerely, Arya."
Along with that, you would see a type of spell that seems to be very hard worked on. Like you see signets and runic circles in very specific spots. All of it placed to help fix the, I guess you could call it a curse, but very negative kind of emotions that are crept upon your mother. It's meant to aid you.
This was the symbols I saw written on the floor before, right? Or was that the other?
That was a Kasaku spell. You've not seen me work on it.
Okay.
You saw it in my book, actually.
Okay.
So it'd be familiar from the book.
I recognize this.
Your friend is very kind.
She has potential to be kind. And I'll chuckle.
I don't know what I've done to deserve such kindness. I feel I've made it clear I liked none of them, but I suppose I should ease up. But
Yeah.
Rain would, when he says that, Rain would point at Aislynn.
I think it's more of because I believe in you, they want to believe in you too. And I look at Rain.
Mm-mm.
No?
It's because he took care of her.
Oh.
He did the hardest job in the world. He gave up his daughter so she could live a better life. And that hits home to Arya.
I wish to do some thinking alone for a moment, but feel free to talk amongst your friends.
Mm-hmm.
Let me know what you wish to do.
Okay. And then I'll like beckon him down so I can give him a hug and a kiss on the forehead.
Oh, sorry. Excuse me. It takes him some time to kneel down, but he does it.
And I hug
Tries
him.
not to show pain, but
I
a
frown.
moment of strength.
Frown, hug him, and give him a big kiss and give him a teary smile.
Just brings you in close. Squeezes you really tight. Pretty firmly for someone with one arm, but he sits you down. And he goes to his desk where he begins to plan for the future.
Just think, what would Aislynn do? Love you, Papa, and then I'll leave.
Okay. I'll see you guys kind of reconvene again. Discuss
So-
the next steps.
Unless they go to my room, I wouldn't be there.
So throughout that, when Kazuko and Jetsu were fighting,
Mm-hmm.
I would have been, I guess, as a trained observer, I would have tried to put into words or describe this last battle, I guess, in the
Okay.
most poetic type of way I could.
Okay.
And I would put that as kind of like almost like a page in history, or
All right.
like write in the best calligraphy I can.
Very fancy writing.
And at the bottom, I will write. Did I write? Okay. I'll write. He did not go gently into that good night. Blazing, thunderous flurries of sword, much like his life before him. But in the end, he has found his peace at last. And then I will just roll it up, and then I don't know. I don't want to hand it to Fenron, so I'll hand it to Aislynn.
Okay. I mean, that's good, because then Fenrir might be a little sassy towards you.
I'll take it. Thank you, Haran.
I will not presume to know who he was, but I did observe his last moments as keenly as I can, and my condolences. I'll give it to her.
I'll take it and give Haran a big hug.
I'll ruffle her hair.
Thank you, Haran.
I guess we convene.
I think we've got some planning to do. Let's go get the others, yeah?
I'll nod at her. And I will meet with everyone, wherever that may be.
We'll see you guys just reconvene in the dining hall. I believe Arya's still chilling in her room, so Rain will take her place.
He looks very proper. You just see the top of his head below the table.
Papa said that wherever we decide to go, he will get us there. And I think I'll start looking around the castle. I think this place is gonna start to get brighter. A little bit. It's not gonna be immediate, I'm sure. But I believe in Papa.
Hmm. Question, DM.
What up?
Finron doesn't have any personal advisors, does he?
He does have a few.
Who's in charge of what's the word? Architecture.
Architecture? Let me look at my notes, because I got the whole ranking system for his advisors here.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see. It's a shame I can't find it. Writing did me no good if I can't find it. I believe it's in this one. Keep going and going. I think that was it right there. I have my underworld notes here. There we go. The very person in charge of architecture would be a man named Constantine.
I would like to ask where Constantine is if any of the guards know.
Um, if you ask for Lord Constantine, he is still upon the graves with his followers.
He said he's still upon the graves with his followers?
Yes, sir.
What graves?
Um, I can escort you if you so wish.
No, just tell me where he's at.
South of the city gates. Just follow the direct path from the castle, straight south.
Okay, thank you.
You would bow to you. Yes, madam. From what we've been told, your mother's been set on a mission. At your service.
You heading to look for Constantine Kazuko?
Wait, say that again?
I said, are you going to go look for Constantine Kazuko?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Are you guys all going together?
You guys can come with me. Of course, I'm always welcome for company.
I'll hold my hands up to Kazuko.
We don't want you to get abducted
Uh,
again, so
I would pick Aislynn up.
Okay. So you guys all head south towards the city gates, and off the beaten path, you would see like a burial ground for like people that are commoners, not so much royalty. You would see like these tents set up, almost like a small village, and like uh, these sigils of a very like evilish eye on the banner.
Hmm.
But one tent seems bigger than the others, and you can kind of guess who might be staying there.
I would try to go in there. Not in like in the aggressive manner, but just walk casually.
Yeah, definitely. No one seems to like stop you. I mean, they give a quick glance at you guys, like, "Oh, new people," but nobody's like trying to pretty much step up to you guys. So you guys make your way into the bigger tent. You would see a lot of like these candles lit, various like bottled potions of different colored ichor, and sitting in a chair behind a kind of makeshift desk, you would see a man with the eye patch on his left eye and very kind of frazzled, blackened hair. He wears this cloak with many eyes on it. When you guys approach, he sees you all. Oh, why, hello there. Welcome, all of you. Please have a seat. Have a seat.
Hello, Constantine.
Hello there, stranger of radiant kind.
It's Kazuko. We've met a couple times before.
Are you sure your name's Kazuko? Seem a bit
Yes.
too familiar to me. You'd see him lift his eye patch and you would see just emptiness there.
Oof.
A bit disgusting, but it's a bit weird that he does this kind of motion and kind of scans you, Kazuko. You're very old magic indeed.
I guess most people would refer to me as Bahamut now.
Your god killed mine.
uh, but all that is in the past.
Oh, most certainly. I mean, there's no reason to cry over spilt milk, of course.
Do you need healing? I'll look at his eye.
Oh no, this is more of a blessing, you see. The great Vecna is very powerful. And I do what I must to please him.
I see. Okay.
Well, what brings a god and royalty into my chambers?
I came here to you today because Jetsu has entrusted the city to me, and Finron's allowed for the construction of a temple.
Oh, so you wish to build this temple amongst Kurai? By all means, I mean,
Outside, Kurai.
how do you want this? How big do you want this temple to be?
I would just look at everyone like, I've never answered a question like this before.
That was me knowing like the sizes of temples. I would give him a general estimation of an average temple size, I guess.
Take your average temple size and like upscale that 2 times.
So obviously something a bit more visible and I can house a couple of people.
Just when you look at it, you would know it's the Temple of Bahamut.
Okay, because I mean, a statue will be praise enough, but if you're looking for something that people can come to and pray and enjoy the ever lovingness of your justice like God, I mean,
I would like it to be a temple and have a statue of Jetsu in the front of it.
okay, we can certainly do that. Who may I ask is going to have the funds for such a project?
I'm gonna point at Kazuko.
I mean, if he, how,
If you're funding it, then a platinum kind of sanctuary requires a lot of platinum. Do you have 10,000 per se?
10,000 platinum.
This is a grand temple. I didn't know this was out of your reach, asking for such high errands of me and my crew.
How much is that? Like 100,000 gold. I guess I'll come back to you when I've accumulated that much.
Okay, we'll say I'll draw up a rough draft and keep you in my thought and goodwill.
Okay, thank you. Have a nice day.
Don't thank me, thank the Lord Vecna.
I'll just walk out because I ain't doing that.
Well, have a pleasant day. May Vecna watch over you.
I just nodded. I'm like, yeah.
But we'll say you guys reconvene at the castle.
I'll go kill him. He's alive. No, I got him. He's alive.
Hmm.
Fine.
While we're walking, I'm gonna tell Kazuko, like, why do you need someone else to build a temple for you? Wouldn't it be more meaningful if you built it yourself?
That is a good point, but I'm afraid we probably don't have enough time for me to hand build one.
At least not go to your god's rival for it, you know? Or
Speaking
It
of,
your
was just
rival,
a
I guess.
coincidence that he was the advisor of architecture here. That was unfortunate circumstance.
speaking of, I need to make flyers for Kai.
Start small. Why don't you start with like a little idol in a tree or something, you know?
An idol in a tree?
Yeah, like a little platinum dragon embedded in a tree.
Oh, you're talking to him.
Yeah.
I'm talking
Well,
about
it's like
my
a.
god.
Oh yeah. Well, if you need help with calligraphy, I have very good penmanship.
My eyes will sparkle at him. Can you help me make flyers for Kai?
Yeah, of course. I mean, do I have creative freedom?
I mean, I'm gonna have to give it the once over and approve the documents before printing, but yes.
Um, when we're walking back, I would ask for Kyo and Arn to help me. It seems I don't know what my elemental affinity is anymore. As you've seen before, I was more akin to lightning and everything under that. Also, radiant, but it seems I can't produce it anymore. So I'm gonna need help.
Are you talking to me or just generally?
You and Kyo and Iceland, I guess. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'd be more than happy to help.
You wanna figure out your affinity?
Yes, because I would like look around like when I was first revived, I didn't have my thunderglyph on around my neck anymore, right?
Could. Mm, could I just like do an arcane check on him to see if I could figure it out, or does it not work like that?
Go ahead and try.
Okay.
I wouldn't say it's something impossible.
19?
19. So, given from the information of the fight that you watched firsthand, it seemed like the kind of magical essence he protruded from his mouth was that of radiant. Uh, Aside from other things, he does seem very. I don't want to word it like that. He's filled with this, but he's like very much emanating a very radiant source with it.
Okay. Okay, so then for Flare, uh, hold on a second, Kazuko. And then like I'll put my hands on both sides of his head, like I'm trying to sense it and close my eyes. You've got a lot of radiance in you. High infinity for radiance, I would say.
I'll try to produce radiance in my hand.
You gonna put me down first before you do?
Oh, I have you on my back.
Oh, okay.
But we'll see. You guys make it back to the castle, right? That's where you guys want to go.
Mm-hmm.
Do you hear me?
Okay. So you guys are there. You wanted to see Arya still?
Wait, did you hear what he said?
No, I did not. Sorry.
Oh, I said I was trying to produce radiance in my hand to see if it actually like listen to me.
Into your hands. Go ahead and do a con check. So it'd be what 8 plus your spellcasting modifier. So we'll say just use Dex.
Gonna do a dex check?
Yeah.
That's low.
Try again, Kazuko.
Goddamn.
And
Rain will cast
I'll-
Fortune's favor on him because it's a touch spell.
I'll conjure a little bit of, let's see, what's one of my radiant spells? Guiding bolt, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll cast a guiding bolt. Think of that essence. Try to feel it in your hand.
I'll try to visualize this one with Fortune's favor. That's better.
She kind of go ahead and roll guiding bolt. Does it kind of give it to him?
Oh!
So the energy surrounds you, Kazuko. Just take half of that because you're resistance. It shrouds around you to focus it to where it stays collected into your hands. But it doesn't stay for a moment. But you feel like in the future, through your evolution as the god Bahamut, such tasks may be obtainable.
Okay. So, it seems I lost, like, how I had my Black Lightning, I had, like, basically full domain over it in a way. I don't have that right now, but it's possible I could gain it.
It's
So yeah,
kind of like baby learning to walk.
Alright,
exactly,
alright.
exactly.
Promising futures ahead. My business in this city is done for the most part, so whenever you guys are ready to go,
I helped.
yeah, you helped a lot, and I would just like reach my hand behind my back and just like pat her head, just keep walking.
I'll just
till
give
you
a
guys are done.
big cheesy smile. Now I'm a teacher.
I am the sensei.
You already got your first student, Jedi Master Aislynn.
I can teach you what I know of radiance. And I just like from behind him, kind of puff out my chest and like have a slightly smug look on my face.
You're fucking ridiculous.
I look forward to your lessons. Let's find Arya. We have to see what we're doing, so when we're ready to leave, we're ready to leave.
Sally forth, and then I point my hand out in front of him from behind him, like, yeah, that way.
Just for fun, try to like sprout my wings for the first time and just start flying over there.
With me on your back. All right, I'm gonna just maneuver between your wings.
Well, you guys make it to Arya's room, which seems to be studying as she does, very intently, like wanting to focus.
I would push through the door and sit on her bed. You doing, nerd?
I'll still be clinging to his back while he does that.
Is Zoran with you?
Yes, over here.
Uh,
Thank you.
I need a little bit of your blood.
Why?
Gross.
My eyes narrow.
Are you a vampire now?
To kill you in your sleep.
Oh,
No, I'm working on a spell.
What kind of spell? Is it a charming spell? 'Cause I'm not
You
game
don't
for
need.
that.
You don't even need a charming spell. Very well. I mean, it's a banishment spell.
Why would I want to be banished?
I could
I
banish
didn't
him
say
without
you
his
would
blood.
be. Well, if you must know, when I slide over the book,
Right.
I feel your father might be going through some things that are out of his control. So what I'm working on is a spell to alleviate that problem. No guarantees on anything, but components go a long way, and I don't have components.
I don't have components. I don't have components. I don't have components. I don't have components. I don't have components. I don't have components. I don't have components. I don't have components. I don't have components. I don't have components. I don't have components. I don't have components. I don't have components. I don't have components. I don't have components. I don't have components. I don't have components. I don't have components. I don't have components. I don't have components. I don't have components. I don't have components. I don't have components. I don't have components. I don't have components. I don't have components. I don't have components. I don't have components. I don't have components. I don't have components. I don't have components. I don't have components. I don't have components. I don't have components. I don't have components. I don't have components. I don't have components. I don't have components. I don't have components. I don't have components. I don't have components. I don't have components. I don't have components. I don't have components. I don't have components. I don't have components. I don't have components. I don't have components. I don't have components. I don't have components. I don't have components. I don't have components. I don't have components. I
What is the spell exactly that I'm looking at?
Think of it similar to Alpha.
Hmm.
Not the same though.
Okay.
I mean, I guess yeah, it'll help my father. Just slice my hand open. There you go.
Ah!
Okay. I take what I need, which is a droplet.
I hop off of Kazuko's back and scramble over to heal him. You don't have to cut so deep!
Just gonna leave when you're like halfway done with my hair.
And I'll come
I
back
thought
to
she
finish.
required a lot.
I'll slap his hand right after I'm done healing it. Dummy!
To Aislynn, I'll pat her with a bloody hand.
I would jump back before you could touch me with your bloody hand.
Like you're serious, are you?
Huh?
Nothing.
You say I'm not dexterous? I got a +2, thank you!
I have +6.
Oh shit.
So you guys can roll opposing dex checks if you want.
I'm good. Alright, let's do it. You roll first. Shit!
So he pats you on top of the head. The bloody
You're so kind, and I run my fingers through her hair.
I frown and walk over to Kazuko pounding to finish braiding his hair.
Home. Hurrah.
Beeping.
We give Arya some of your blood.
Lots of it, apparently.
I'll assume
Um,
she
Assume since you guys are here, you need something?
Well, I believe it's about our destination, or...
Oh, okay. Where are we headed? I believe your family's realm or Ranchero was the discussion.
Both. But we can do his family first.
Kazuku, did you gain weight because my legs are asleep from your weight?
Wait, what?
What? Is he sitting on you?
Yeah.
Well, no, I did not.
I am sitting on his back.
That must be where all the weight's coming from.
I just get up and sit on.
Of course it is. It's two people, silly.
That's my point. There's so much light in there. Anywho, I'm really open to go wherever. Let me check my schedule. Nothing on it.
Papa will send us.
Does he have the strength for that?
I told him only if he could, but he says he will.
Very well. I close my book, put it in my pack. Have Rain pick up the empty bottles and get rid of them.
Clink, 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 clink.
So you guys, I assume
So-
his chambers.
So, before we go meet Fenron, let everyone lay out the information that they're aware of. What possibilities were we going to be dealing with? Did you see that your family's guards or army or militia, I'm not quite sure what you have, are there? Is it stuff that we're going to have to deal with when we get there? Does anyone have any idea of the situation as it is?
Oh, it's been some time since I've been home, but we do have some people to watch over the manor. I mean, we're not a wealthy family, but we do have some.
Would they be bodyguards or maids?
A little bit of both. But our family's quite capable of fighting as well. Trained in various ways, but we're mere archivists. We just keep records. But from what I've seen in my dreams and when I've scryed, is especially when I was dreaming, was an entity similar to what we encountered when we fought Kazuko.
So possibility like an Enra. Well, which brings me to another point. My 4 points of exhaustion that I guess I wouldn't know it's 4 points, right? My extreme exhaustion that I received was not by my own doing. Someone made me cast a spell that drains me and linked me, either linked me or linked an Enra to someone else. While I can't rule out the possibility that I'm linked to someone, which I will be looking into, there is a slight chance that he used my spell to link himself to your father.
Know what spell was used?
Soul Link.
What does that spell do exactly?
You don't have any control over one another, so I'm assuming that he's using this in conjunction with possession of some sort. But it allows someone to communicate or see through the eyes of another. It's basically their souls being tied together so they can be together. I cast this on Kazuku as he's aware. That way he could keep an eye on Aislynn, and I may aid him should she find herself in a situation she can't get out of. While I don't know a lot of people in this realm, I know plenty of good people in my realm. So it was created in hopes of giving him hope and aiding her in her endeavor. It was not intended to be used any other time. But this Enra must have known that I've been working on this spell. So either he's been following us for quite some time, which could be the mark of sacrifice, or someone's been feeding him information.
As I understand, an Enra is kind of like a counterpart to Enryu, right? In a way.
We created him when we went back in time.
Somehow.
It's like a twin that he never wanted, a brother. Very similar, but the only thing that they counter on is they hate one another, for what we know.
I'm curious.
As far as strength in every sense of the word, is it similar?
We don't know.
Um,
I'm not trying to make it harder on you. We don't even know how strong Enryu is per se. We have ideas.
If it were the case that an Enra and my father got linked in, this could be quite problematic. As... Yeah, sorry, go ahead, little one.
What about... What's his name?
Tetsuo?
Tetsuo?
I mean, do you have a way of contacting it?
He was last seen here in another pocket dimension, so I don't know where he's
Locate
at.
creature work?
Oh, I just sent him a message. Tetsuo, are you there?
Message is limited range though, right?
Have you got sending?
Locate creatures 1,000... Oh wait.
If I take the time, I can get sending, but I don't have it prepared today, no.
Locate creature Tetsuo? Will that work?
You can.
Okay, I would like to try that then.
When you cast this spell, you would sense he's either out of range or in a different dimension.
Either out of range or a different dimension. Oh. Tetsuo, is that you meowing?
It is I.
Tetsuo meow.
Who is this Tetsuo? I believe I have not.
My
met
son.
her. I thought you were a child.
I know, but
Think of the relationship, well, former relationship between me and Tetsuo is like the relationship between Enryu and Enra. But I didn't hate him, basically.
You're it's a very confusing family you all have got.
I carried him around for 3 days.
This will be very hard to put into writing, just to let you all know.
He was about this big, and then I like make the shape of the egg with my hand.
So you lay eggs.
No, I found the egg.
An adopted son, so to speak.
Yeah, I talk to him every day, whispered her sweet words.
Okay. All right.
He's like, "What the fuck is wrong with this little girl?"
So what? How would it benefit us to get a hold of this your child?
Well,
Probably knows of the relic that's inside of her that I put there.
well, I mean, weren't they both from the egg technically, right?
Me and half of me and all of him, yes.
So maybe it'd be good to find him as well. I don't know. Just an option.
Yep, you're sure he doesn't fall into Inryu's hands.
Mhm.
Now that we know that Inra and Hydoja are one and the same, and he's 100% that him falling there would be very, very bad for us.
Mhm.
I mean, I could try to scry on this Tetsuo person, but I'm afraid I do not know them very well, and I fear that it's not gonna work. Let's see.
Does clerics learn scry? I don't think so, right?
Do you have something of theirs that may aid?
I don't think so.
I'd like
Cleric can word druid. Or sorry. Cleric can word scrying.
Oh, that can learn scrying?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so
Another good one to look into is commune.
I have commune.
Commune's a really good one.
Um,
Although you already talk to Kai on a regular basis, so I'm not quite sure how that spell would work for you.
so I could try to learn scry, or he can. I don't know. I could try to prep scry.
I mean, we don't have to leave right away. You can take 45 minutes or however long it takes you to trance and do that.
I would like to. Wait, how long has passed since I used Tolkai? Tolkai. Greg is about 10 hours by now? 24?
24 hours. Yeah,
Okay.
Because you guys slept the whole day. Well, not a whole day, but you know.
I would like to at least wait another day if possible so that I can be at my fullest, should anything happen. If possible. If not, that's fine. And then I can prepare the spell in the meantime.
If you must, yeah.
Well, it's a group decision. I'm not the leader.
Well, someone has to be.
Are you sure about that? You're quite leader-like.
I mean, I am a good teacher, and I'll puff my chest out again.
Or raise her eyebrow.
I've got to agree, you were able to learn that trick, and she wasn't able to.
No, I helped Kazuko learn his radiance.
Give her a thumbs up.
But I also like wink at him, like, yeah. Rope trick. And by the way, I learned 2 spells she couldn't learn.
You're a gifted caster.
You are too.
Be proud of that. Oh, I'm a mere mortal compared to your divine casting abilities. And
I got it
wink at
from
her.
my daddy.
Probably. Or you're just naturally that good.
But, I would like to wait 24 hours if possible. And I could try preparing scrying to, see where or whatabouts he's doing. If that's an idea we should go down.
I'm good with 24 hours. I look to Rain.
Uh-huh.
Rain shrugs.
I can do
Any, anything anyone would like to do?
um, not very much. Maybe I'll just take some time to ready myself for what may come. I don't know how long it's been since I last scried, but if I'm able to, I wanna try and scry upon my father once again.
Okay. When you try to
favor on him.
scry upon your father, you don't feel it connect, but you feel like he's in a place that is stopping such magics.
Would I know of a place in my house that was able to do that?
Maybe his. I mean, it's a bit hard to say within the manor, but maybe he's in another location.
Okay. Okay. Okay, I guess that failed. Then, I will busy my mind and try to write
Okay.
just to keep from worrying.
So you guys are pretty much hanging out for 24 hours?
Yeah, I'm gonna prep scrying, and I guess if I've got extra time, practice shooting a bow some more to try to get better at it.
Okay.
Bing!
If you want to practice with the bow, I'll say you just kind of go to the training hall, pick yourself a target. Go ahead and just roll a few performances.
Oh, wait, do we have downtime?
24 hours.
24 hours?
Mm-hmm.
I guess I should start. I don't even know what I would do. I don't got money to make a temple. I don't want to just go around just trying to recruit people, because that's kind of weird.
I'm not doing so good.
And then one more.
How does
Others?
how does a god advertise himself?
Figure
By
it
doing
out.
good deeds for the realm, let your actions be what gains you followers. You have a brilliant writer with you. He can mark down your feats and share these stories to the realm.
That is a good point. Oran, you are my PR buddy.
Oh, no.
Congratulations.
I mean, what am I to publicize? What are your deeds? Have you done any yet?
Oh no, not yet. But
Yeah.
there's
Will
a,
you take as much time as you need? And I grab a
Actually-
bottle and I go sit on the balcony.
does
I will take notes during our adventures and
Sorry.
does the public know that Tiamat's been defeated?
Tiamat's been defeated for a while.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, does like the normal person or like a commoner?
I mean, you could talk to people if you wish. I mean, can't read minds.
That's true. Just wondering.
why don't you start in the last place where there was a prominence with his of his followers, like Vasselheim, or what we now know as was it Oroko? Was it?
True. How? Ooh, I know who I could talk to. Where's Celty? She should still be here, right?
You haven't seen her.
Uh,
But as for Aislynn, with your rolls, I feel like you've been practicing and actually using this bow in combat. I must say at this point in time, just you can add your proficiency to the attack of the bow, like to hit.
Okay. I guess I would ask Papa what about Mama?
Okay. So you want to find out where Silty's at, Kazuko?
Where the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there it is.
I'll say you ask a guard.
Oops.
Uh, um, Madame Bohannon has went back home to Vesselheim.
When did she leave?
She left moments ago before everyone was brought to safety through Fenron's magic.
How do you...
Moments ago, before everyone was practicing. As in after you guys left the room, or when you went into
Well,
the room?
before, she didn't wish to be within the safety of Fenron's magic.
So she's 3 days out, about.
3 days? It's been well over a week.
Oh, fuck. Well, she's still a follower of Bahamut, right?
I mean, you could assume.
Oh.
I don't know how gods usually contact their followers. I would try to contact you.
Okay.
Oops.
How do I want to do this? 'Cause you don't have those spells.
If I need to, I would ask for assistance from Kai, because he
Okay.
seems like he would be helpful with this.
What is this, the Minor Gods Union?
Oh, damn.
Apparently,
I said that inwardly.
Alright. You want me to find your sister?
My sister. My sister.
What?
That's what I meant. Your sister.
Oh, you said assistant. I thought you said sister. My bad.
Isn't it your sister?
Yes. Who? Celty?
Oh no, that's Ether's sister. Right?
Yes, because I don't know how to contact followers. I'm still new to this, so I think I was wondering if you could help me with that.
I can try. I normally, my reach is very limited.
I'm sorry, Kai.
Alright, then let's do it together.
Alright. You two begin to kind of focus and hone in on this one woman. But the only thing that can be seen is an image of darkness. You hear slight sounds of kind of like metal clanging, and that's about it.
Oh!
Like metal clanging in a way of like someone like smithing, or metal clanging like someone dragging their sword on the ground.
Something like mechanical moving.
No. I swear to God, Aislynn. I swear to Muhammad. I swear to me. If Aislynn touch something, he gonna have to die. Well,
I'm
That's-
sorry I couldn't be of more help.
no, I learned enough. This might be a problem.
It might be.
Hmm.
Seems his sister's in a bad spot, maybe? It was very dark. Nothing could be seen, but only heard. Something metal?
I'm gonna
moving?
think. Maybe that's the mission Mama went on?
Maybe.
Why don't you start with, as far as I know, most deities or gods have some sort of scripture. Do you write at all?
I've never written in more than 500 years.
Have a
I don't know
scripture?
if language has evolved any.
I'm sitting down taking notes too while he's teaching him. Like, yeah. Tell me all these things. I need to help him.
I mean, it can be as simple as just telling a story. Why don't you start from the beginning to your return, and then let people read it? You know, when people come first, usually success will follow.
That is true. Where do I? The beginning. Beginning of what? Because my story is a bit dark.
Well, your more recent return. Like, why don't you call the book, um, what's a fancy title? Platinum's Reprise or something like that.
Pretty
Ooh,
good.
that's pretty good.
Off
Uh,
the top of your head, that was pretty good.
I'll take that title and I'll give them a small excerpt if you'll write this down.
I mean, it might take some time, but yeah, I will add it to my things to write.
Oh, I was just saying, like, I would say it right now. You just like wrote it down. Nope.
Alright, so just taking notes on the side. Like, yeah, good idea. Do those things.
I guess I would say, uh, in the wake of Inryu and my sister's passing, I, Bahamut, have returned to the realm once again after a couple years of restoration. My devout family that is with me is gone for the most part, but rest assured that whoever still believes in me, your God is still here. End excerpt.
Yeah. Um, I'm writing down what he said.
Okay.
Oh, you're his Dottie.
His-
Doty.
What's it?
What?
What's a
Doty.
dot? Oh,
I thought he said Dobby.
Doty, write this down.
You've given Uran a sock.
Harry.
I'm a free elf.
That'll be
Uh,
good to send out to the public.
Wait, could you repeat what you said? Sorry. Oh, wait, never mind. I was just watching VOD.
Yeah.
Could you repeat what you said?
We'll say 24 hours passes.
Oh, I have stuff I want to do.
Okay, what you got?
Uh, Rain's kind of just walking up with another one, and
Another bottle?
kind of look over this kingdom and see how it's changed so much. I'm assuming they all left my room.
Totally.
Once I see it's all gone, I'll create a minor image of Kefka. Just look at it. Did this make me a bad mother? Take another drink. I mean, it's not like he's in a realm by himself. Take another drink. I assume you're nearby? Was it worth it? And I'll just sit there and drink looking at this minor image. Sorry I won't be there. You have a good father. You even had a good stepdad with Yohei? Surely they can do a better job. This is Kurai, my little sister's realm. You should see her. She reminds me a lot of people I once knew.
You hear a knock on your door.
I make the image disappear. Kind of wipe the tears. Who is it?
Are you awake?
Is it Jado or Fenron? I'm always
Um,
awake.
it's
I had.
Jado.
Oh, you used a door? I
Didn't
have
want
rain
to
open.
intrude.
I might as well get used to it. I'll be here forever.
I'll assume I can come in. I'll open the
Yes.
door.
Care for a drink?
No, I just came to check up on you.
It's going good, I think.
How you holding up?
Little lost.
Understandable, seeing as you're not from here.
That's not why. I mean, I've been here for a while now. I've watched Aislynn grow into a splendid little warrior. Watched your daughter go through the trials of her life and come out still calling me a fish. Saw Kazuku come back from rebirth. That was pretty cool. Saw Ether die. Mostly I see a realm healing, slowly but surely. Do you think he'll hate me?
Doesn't really know you.
I kind of made a deal, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna get to know me. Well, hear about me.
What do you mean?
Yeah, I go to hell when I die. I
I'm
chose to save Iceland's father. Really looked like he was in a bind.
I'm assuming you made a deal to a dark force of some sort.
Yeah, he goes by the name Asmodeus. I mean,
And
at the time it seemed like a great plan. I didn't know if we were gonna get through that fight. Surely thought Fenron would be able to help us and it'd allow Iceland not to have to worry about her dad during the fight. But then I should have just had faith with them.
much like you shouldn't have faith in us when we were heroes.
Is
I
that what we're doing?
hear me
Your
out before you beat
your
me.
approach is a little hard.
I was going to say, I know you were in a dark place when Glyph passed. You were willing to sacrifice a lot. I understand that pain. But when you come here, don't sacrifice everything that means a lot to you again.
Yeah, I was talking to Keo about it. Do you ever think that your actions have weight?
I don't really think on it too much. I just know what my end goal is.
You said I had to earn penance to get home.
Don't sacrifice what brings you happiness.
I don't even know if it would have brought me happiness, Jado. I have a child, have not known love, had a child, have not had sex. I've had a lot that I didn't get to participate in.
Do you fear him?
My
Your son,
son.
that is.
I mean, Aislynn says I'll be a great mother. I believe that I would do the right thing. Couldn't have. I mean, it's neither here nor there now.
You're usually not one to hesitate. I'm a bit surprised you think of yourself to fill in such a task.
I already have.
I'd be lying if I said you haven't, but
Yeah,
until you finally rest, it's not all lost.
perhaps. Is your daughter doing okay? Hmm.
She's doing the best she can.
I keep thinking that this ledger is never gonna get paid. Perhaps it shouldn't be.
Even if it wasn't, I mean, you need to create your own happiness. I mean, seems you're doing here and there.
I find
Don't,
happiness in helping others.
don't punish yourself more in a punishment that's already been given to you.
Would you have done the same?
To bring back Fenrir,
Someone you didn't know?
I'm sure you've been told that I was willing to press on my mission, even if it meant disregarding my wife.
Yeah, I remember the peacocks.
That being said, I understand the loss would have been great, but many others would experience that if Enryu continues to live.
Well, I never really got to thank you for watching over him. I don't even know what he's like. Does he have his father's traits or mine?
He's more so you all around, at least from what I've experienced firsthand.
Who's gonna protect him when they come for him? And they will.
I'm sure if the crossroads is as good as it is picking heroes, everything should be fine. But it's okay to worry. You are a mother after all. I'll let you get your rest. I only came here to check up on you, seeing as you consider me a friend.
Lots of friends now. You were the first.
Well, certainly not the last.
Most certainly not. And as he leaves, I make an image of him appear again. And just start telling him about the people around me. I know he can't hear it, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Your father died. I did what I could.
We'll say
That's all I had.
everyone gets their 24-hour rest, another long rest. I feel as though you guys are ready to go, so you'll reconvene with in front of Fenron's chambers.
Sorry when my power went out shortly there. I would have at some point went outside and poured out of the vial some like half of the dirt,
Okay.
and then picked up um, some other loose soil from the ground and put it in.
Okay. So a mixture
Yeah.
of the two. Okay. Gotcha. Duly noted. I would say nonchalantly, people would notice you going outside, but not knowing what you did. But then you return. Anyone could say anything to him about it, but
Why are you picking up dirt? No hobby? Good talk.
I don't know if his mic's working.
Your mic working?
Oh.
Oh, she's asking why he picked up the dirt.
Just help remember things. Um, sometimes things can get busy. Sometimes people can start to lose weight.
May I see it?
Sure.
I hold my hand out.
And I'll hand you the vial.
I clutch it to my chest and offer a prayer, like blessing it, basically.
Okay.
And then hand it back to him.
I'll put it back in my satchel and smile and thank you.
Of course. I guess everyone's all together, right?
Mm-hmm. This will be 24 hours have passed. Everyone's well rested. You guys reconvene in the front of Fenron's chambers.
I open the door a little bit and stick my face through. Papa?
Come in. I'm decent.
Bam! Open the door. We're here, Papa.
All right. Have you all decided where you wish to go?
I look to Uron. We're gonna go help his family, right?
I'll give a terse nod.
But are you well to send us, Papa?
Perfectly fine, of course. Didn't lose much, just that
I stare at him. Kind of like an inciting stare, like,
So this home, does it have a name?
We just called it Duval Estate, Duval Manor.
I'm not sure I've ever been there. Is it a
what's the
closer
region?
place?
It's right outside of West Run
Okay.
in Taldore.
I think I've stumbled across Westeron here and there. Give me a moment. See him begin to focus. A greenish gate begins to appear in the middle of his chambers before you all. Opened now by the pronounced king of Kurai, the young Prince Fenron. Opening this portal seemed a bit easy for him, like drawing breath. A wave of his hand and a gateway to another continent is open. When you all step through, this magic washes over you and you open your eyes to find yourselves in a dampened, green, and rich forest. It is a cloudy day and it looks as if rainfall is imminent. You all look around to see a cobblestone road.
Is this a forest I'm familiar with? I should be.
Yes, you'd be familiar with the road as well. It would lead uh, towards the manor
No.
and also towards Westerun as well.
So,
Is there a
I,
portal closing that we can see into, or no? Or is it we're just there now?
Uh, if you wish to give any goodbyes, you still can. The portal hasn't closed quite yet.
Okay, I would have just hugged him before I went over.
Okay. Most certainly, he gives you a hug in return, still holding the spell.
Rest, Papa. And then.
I'll, I'll do my best. Continue to save our realm.
I'll do my best.
You kind of scamper off through the portal when it closes. I would assume you guys approach the road and see a vast city filled with people moving about in their daily lives. You would also notice a very strong military presence. You would see like these type of metal vehicles posted outside the gates of Western, manned by men and women adorned in black uniforms with an insignia. Run, you see this insignia and take a closer look. It's kind of like this wrap around their right arm. Represents a scorpion. These metal vehicles have tracks upon them and a large cannon mounted upon them. These seem like some sort of siege unit. The soldiers also occupying these metal objects are armed with some sort of firearm. A bit different from crossbows. Aislynn, you would know these weapons to be a type of firearm that requires a different way of reloading. These soldiers seem to be very well equipped for guards. With all these weapons so exposed that people act as if they are invisible and continue their daily lives. You'd see children play in the streets, and the markets seem to be busy. All seems well, other than the existing force that looms on the streets. This very busy and bustling city is filled with a bit of European type architecture, filled with cobblestone roads and walls, uh, buildings made of brick and stonework, lavish statues built to honor those who have served Westerun, not as rulers, but people that have built and created an institution. Uh, Smell of fresh baked breads and goods would fill the air. This place is very well off. There are also two great buildings that catch everyone's eyes, that of a manor and another more militant type building with high fenced off walls and a guard post manned at the entrance where people are checked and allowed access inside. Urun, Manor Duval sits high on the hilltop. Grand gates, secure green pastures, a garden that's colors show vibrantly. This manor is 3 stories tall with these marble columns that erect high, many windows and a meadow that glistens in the distance. One gazed upon this manor is that of shows a bit of nobility and honor. It could be vaguely made out on the gate, this emblem made of gold, a saying that is inscribed saying, "Go out and make your worth."
does it look like deserted. It looks occupied, right?
Yes, it looks occupied. It seems
Okay.
very well off.
And as far as the city, um, despite the I guess the military presence, does it look prosperous?
Yeah, it seems like a lot of the daily life is continued. Even with this type of military presence, it seems that nothing seems to be halted. The guards seem to pay no mind to the people, and the people pay no mind to the guards.
And would I be able to deduce that these were the men that I remember visiting my father when I was young?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Uh,
Uh,
when you
okay,
all
sorry,
look
go
to,
ahead.
when you guys all look to the sky, you would also see not too many, but various dirigibles in the air. These type of large balloons with these propellers that kind of float above in the sky.
Um, well, it seems to have changed quite a bit from what I remember, but at the same time, not really. Um, Maybe we should head to my family's estate if you guys would like to.
I mean, we can.
Okay. I don't know what it is,
Um,
but okay.
As you begin to make your way towards the estate,
Oh.
you would see two of these of those uniformed soldiers kind of posted outside your gate. A very lavish and interesting looking carriage, but more motorized than anything you've ever seen before. Iceland, this would be a bit out of their reach for technology, but something below what you've seen.
Would it seem like eerily amiss? Like this shouldn't be here, kind of thing?
Mm,
Because I think by now I would gauge the outside world versus our kingdom.
if that's the vibes you get, then I mean, yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, you could also rule that they're highly advanced in a technology not as advanced as your father's, but
Okay, then I'll just look at
it's
it.
surprising that they have this kind of engineering.
I'll look at it more like, oh, well, that's nice. They aren't as primitive as the rest of them. I'll look at it like that then. As a-
uh, and much like on the soldiers, these vehicles would have that branding of that scorpion as well.
oh, look at this. Oh, the wiring is neat. It's kind of primitive, but it's very nice.
Uh, when you guys
Um,
approach the estate, a soldier comes up to you guys and presents himself. Uh, Excuse me, how may I help you?
I I've come to visit my family. My name's Uran Duval. This is my family's home.
Do you have any proof that you are of relation to Mr. Arias?
Would I have like a family crest or something?
I would assume so, right? Or like a
uh,
family photo.
I guess I would bring out like I guess the notebook I've been using would maybe have like a family crest on it.
Okay.
Is this good enough? Everyone kind of owns this in my family.
He takes the book and kind of looks through it, flipping through all the pages and looking through the back. If you do not mind, if you could wait out here while we speak with the residents.
Yeah, I can have my book back, right?
Of course, this
Okay,
is not mine.
thank you.
He speaks to his cohort in a different language. It seems a bit familiar from what you read on the cover of that book, the way it kind of sounds.
Mhm.
He kind of points to you guys and he salutes his superior and stands guard as he goes inside. Moments pass before you see that soldier and your father approaching the gate.
I'll kind of wave at him meekly, I guess.
Oren, you've
Well,
returned home.
I have. I guess I would try to go up to him to hug him, but kind of just stop. And
Excuse me. Open the gate. Open the gate. They open the gate. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Who are all of you?
they're my friends. They've helped me out over the past few months.
Um,
Uh, I was hoping they could come in with us, of course.
by all means, this is your home after all. um, please come in, come in.
I'll just motion to everyone with my hands. Go, go.
I think it would be rude not to introduce myself. So I'll just say, hello, Oran's father. I am Kazuko Baltior. You might, most people would know me as Bahamut now.
Oh, okay.
Pleasure to meet you. I'm Arya Renshiro Amaris.
You're Arya?
You're-
Did I say Arya or Aislynn?
Uh,
Okay.
that's my little sister Aislynn. I would be Arya.
Oh, a pleasure to meet you all, and you have no clothes. I mean, it means that Kazuko is you're shirtless, pretty much.
I'm his clothes right now.
I
so-
can give him my top if that makes you feel more
No.
comfortable.
It, yeah. Let's head inside. It's
Yes, quite.
I'm
and
I'm his
we'll
clothes today.
get you all fitted and dressed. Uh, as you guys kind of continue down this muddied path, you approach the manor and kind of see like these very lavish hallways filled with pictures of what you can assume are the late and great past Duvals. Uh, very kind of ornamented in a way that this family line is very vast and well known as a um, prized chroniclers, people that have been very focused on keeping the past alive. Um, Welcome to our manor. I hope you find your stay very welcoming. Which brings a good question: how long are you staying, or have you made a name for yourself?
um. In a matter of speaking, yes.
He's a very gifted writer and a brilliant historian, from what I've
Oh,
seen.
is this true? Then I can't wait to see what you've wrote.
I read it. It's beyond my understanding, but I've read it.
Perhaps start with the newer stuff about Bahamut.
um, what of Arthos and Urihala? Are they home?
Smooth, smooth.
Arthos and Urihala, they don't wish to stay in the manor for reasons I don't understand. But as I said, it's very welcoming that you're here. So I do appreciate you visiting.
Have you um have
Can't.
you been okay since mother's passing?
I tried to reach you. I'm not sure if my letter got to you, but your mother's passing was very unfortunate. Uh, the Brotherhood paid for a lot of her
ceremonial uh, debt. But don't mind the such negative things, and we should be happy that you're back home. Have you all eaten as
Hmm.
Um,
you wish to eat, or perhaps
I
I
not?
mean,
love to eat.
yeah, we could eat. Yeah. Do I sense something amiss with him?
Yes. Incite his behavior.
You
Or
guys can insight him if you wish.
I'd like to piggyback to see if I sense my magic.
16, 19.
Yeah, damn.
Anything you want me to roll to sense my magic?
we hungry.
You can roll Arcana in insight. Uh, he does seem a bit troubled, especially at the mentioning of his wife.
Mm.
But that's mostly what you're kind of getting off of him. He's kind of still kind of a bit scrambled about it.
Um, I guess if we're walking towards like a dining area or whatever,
Wait,
sorry, go ahead.
where mm, is she buried?
Of course, I'm not sure how you deal with your uh, past loved ones, but she's buried upon the Duval grounds, along with the rest of our family.
I poke or I look at Arya and like pointed her head in my head to try to like signal message me.
Uh,
Wait, do you
You
know?
can reply to this message.
Do you think I could raise her?
Hmm. Look, I tread on grounds that I make my own decisions, but it appears to me that this would be something you should discuss with Euron. I'll send him a message saying you would like to talk with him, and then you're capable of asking.
I hold up my hands like an okay motion at Arya.
Euron, Aislynn needs to talk to you when you get time, in private. That you don't have to reply to this message.
I'm just gonna nod my head. And ask my father. It's like, what the security? I don't recall it being this tight around here, and they're not from around here, are they?
No, they're not. Uh, in their language, they're pronounced Bruderschaft aus Eisen. Means Brotherhood of Iron. Uh, they're a rather peculiar business group I've taken under my wing. Seems they like a lot of the stuff we keep as chronicalized for information. Um, they do a lot of the iron mining here as well, and that brings trade to Western, of course.
Um, are we beholden to these people?
Uh,
Good question.
I work alongside them, of course. uh, they like to hold meetings every now and then.
I'd send a
Is
message to Kazuku when he's done.
is this a recent development, father, or how? I mean, I've been gone for years. I know I apologize for that deeply, but
They haven't exactly uh, planted themselves here in Western since you've lived here, but as of recently, they have set up a FOB, is what they call it. And I believe it's an acronym for an operating base.
hmm.
My
Um,
message to Kazuku would be, looks like the wolves are surrounding the sheep.
Quite
So,
unfortunate.
They are supposed to come to dinner as well if you wish to talk to them. Although they're a bit secretive on a lot of their things, militarized, confidential files and whatnot.
This music is giving me the heebie-jeebies.
I mean,
Oh, it changes
yeah,
it.
No. It's good. It's good.
It's
I
creepy with
guess
that
I
picture.
would very much like to see these people that our families entangled with. Uh, do you think my siblings would be there? I mean, it has been years since I've heard from any of them, and I think it would be nice if they're here as well.
I could go into town and hunt them down and see if I can invite them.
I mean, if you'd like, I think my friends and I would be more than happy to do that, right, guys? Take a look around
What do you need?
town.
You can show me around town. Yeah.
By all means, my two personal guards know what you all look like, so gaining entrance won't be as hard as it was the first time.
Okay.
That's good.
Uh, what time is it? Is it still daylight time?
Uh, it's about late afternoon.
Hmm.
Overcast here?
Mm-hmm.
And the city's not too far, right? It's you can
Nah,
see it.
it's like off the beaten path a bit.
Um. Okay. Well, we'll be back before dinner, and hopefully with my brother and sister along. I'll see you then.
Uh, by all means, do take your time. uh, we'll wait if you're late. It's not a problem.
Okay. I
Dude,
guess I'll
this arc
attempt
is gonna
to
be killer.
I'll attempt to give him a hug and
Uh,
just whisper in his ear if I can.
he'll,
It's like,
he'll kind of frantically kind of give you a hug, like kind of shaken, but just out of excitement.
and I'll whisper to him, it's like, Father, if anything's wrong, my friends and I can help.
Uh, Nothing's wrong, son. I promise. And he kind of says that out loud in front of everyone, so you guys hear it.
Uh,
Inside the
okay.
fuck out of that.
Oh, that's insight.
Oh, I ain't seen shit.
Do it, Smoke.
Oh my god, that's hella.
I was thinking the same thing. I don't have it though.
Zone of truth.
No, that's a little invasive, don't you think?
Tell me
No,
the truth.
no.
There's something wrong. No, I'm just kidding.
Keo got this.
Yeah,
Keo got
Keo,
this.
my
Oh.
boy.
Chloe, like the posture.
Do I sense anything?
Mm,
Bed and Kazuki sounds heavily.
you sense undead, but on the very edges of the range of this spell.
You hear beautiful music coming from Kazuko's body.
Shut up.
And Iceland too.
From
Hi.
on the very edge, but still what I would think is inside. Or can I tell?
It's only
Uh,
60 feet, so depending on how far we're inside,
A lot of it would be more outside than inside.
still on the grounds though.
Um,
Uh,
I guess
is
I'll just tell him like, okay,
everything okay?
yeah, they're just clearing the air. It's a little cold in here, and they want some warmth.
By all
I'll
means, I'm open to all cultures of any kind. You see, I've traveled the realm for quite some time. Back in my heyday, of course.
um, Father,
Yes, son.
you sure you're okay?
Of course. There's nothing to worry about.
Let's go. You got
Um,
around.
okay, I guess we'll see you at dinner, right?
Before you leave, I must ask that you put this attire on, Mister Bahamut. Was it? Is that what you prefer?
Attire. I was just looking at what he's talking about.
It's very gentleman-like clothing, very frilly at the sleeve on the collar there.
I
I was
hop,
just looking over. I'm just like, is this what's required?
I hop off his back. Oh, I think this will look nice on you.
I kind of copy him and change my dress to be more, I'm assuming Victorian in nature.
I'm gonna put it on, but hopefully it like fits to like my body mass, cause
It should fit. Magical kind of things adjust to a user, of course.
cool, cool, cool,
It's,
magical.
it's like them shoes from Back to the Future.
Pump it on the sleeve to get it to fit right.
It looks good on you.
As a guest, I would only ask that you be a bit more presentable, of course.
My muscles weren't presentable.
Low key got dissed.
I did.
I mean, your physique is rather great, of course, but some people would look at you and question. I'm sure you don't want to be bothered.
True. I would just like fix my cuffs and get, let's say, Aislynn, and
Mhm.
just like want you to get back on my back.
Then I jump to climb onto his back.
But yes, retrieve your sister and your brother. They are at the inn, from last I can recall. The inn called Sleepy Hollow, of course. Yes, Sleepy Hollow is where they're at.
I motion the father over from Kazuko's back. Excuse me, sir.
Yes, little one.
And I put my hand on his forehead if he comes close enough. You have Kai's blessing.
Appreciate your blessing.
Pat, 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 right on the head. I did good, I think to myself.
But, run along. I don't want you all to be late.
I guess I'll usher everyone out.
Okay. Oh, Oren, before you leave,
Yes, father.
he gives you a key. If the door's ever locked,
Oh, all right. Thanks. I'll pocket it. This is for the front door, right? Or okay.
I wonder.
but we'll say you guys go to West Run. On the outside of the gates, those guards in those vehicles, they look to you all, and you see him speak into like this very rectangular box as you guys pass through.
Like a walkie-talkie kind of thing?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's rather primitive.
He speaks into it in that kind of strange language, and then proceeds just to watch you guys walk through.
Mm,
A question. Oh.
Alright, after we pass the gates, I guess I will try to talk to everyone. But you can go first.
Out of game question.
I'm gonna make my outfit skimpy again.
I'm not sure. As a life cleric, since I have like turn undead and abilities like that, would I be able to sense undead, or does it not work like that?
You need divine sense for that.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
okay.
need to cast the spell.
Okay.
Or detect undead. It's a spell.
And since I don't have a portfolio yet, I don't have any powers to help us out. So
Thank you.
Bahamut was always a ray of justice, Kazuku. Perhaps this is a good opportunity for you to explore your portfolio. I don't think I'm the only one that senses something's amiss here.
seems like I'm gonna have to establish it before I get domain over anything.
We're already out walking it, right? We're outside? Okay.
You guys are like in
Very.
the market area.
I'm
Very intrigued in getting to know these scorpion fellers.
fillers.
I don't like them.
They seem suspicious, though it's quite curious that they're advanced enough to have low-grade technology.
What are you talking about?
Uh,
That's high-grade technology. Fenron has letters still.
Though, I mean, compared to Ranchero, that's rather
Oh,
low-grade.
yes.
this is actually far different from how I remember it when I left.
I'm gonna take a moment to turn Rain into a small, very small little owl.
Okay.
Like, and I'm gonna have it perch on, I almost called him Zen, Uron's shoulder at all times. Hope you don't mind. You could throw a cloth over it when you go to bed, but I'd like to keep an eye on your whereabouts while you're here.
I mean, I can't get lost. I grew up here, you know.
It's not about you getting lost. For your protection.
um, my father is, unless he's changed drastically over the past few years, is acting quite strange.
Is that strange for him?
Yeah, I mean, he's always been stern towards me. He seemed almost cowed, like scared, perhaps.
I'll look around at everything around there. Well, I mean,
Aislynn?
yes, Arya?
You look cute. Oh, I'd also like to know where this forward operating base is.
I believe that if we find my siblings, they may be able to offer us better or some sort of clarity as, you know.
This brotherhood is news to you?
The Brotherhood is new.
Brotherhoods are usually derived from cults, in my opinion.
They were not
Oh,
here
so
when I left, but this was years ago.
So-
This was 6-ish, maybe 7 years ago.
Well, why don't we go speak to your
It's-
brother and sister and see what they have to say over the years that you've been gone?
See, that's
It's-
why I own leader.
Pump my chest out again.
I lead them to West Ren.
What did you say, Keo?
I was gonna say so brotherhood is just something to keep in mind since it is something we know that you know is new since you left.
Yes.
See, so you guys are already entered into Western. You're at the market. You look for the inn your father mentioned, and you would see it. It's not too hard to find. As
I
you
go in
enter,
first.
okay. Arya, as you enter, you would see a lot of those soldiers inside, just enjoying their day, having a meal and uh, some drinks as well.
I go sit down with them.
Okay. As you sit down, they kind of eye you and look at you a bit weird. They speak their native language to each other, and one speaks common. Uh, Madam, is there something we can do to help you?
I'm just new to the town, and I seem to see a lot of you, so this is perhaps a good way to get my start in this wonderful abode.
Oh, and perhaps speak with the locals. We are
I'm
on our
more,
break and enjoying our meal.
more intrigued by you.
That's very nice, but I have a duty. I appreciate your kindness.
I make a mental image of each of them.
Okay.
Anyone that stands out.
Any of them that stands out?
Like markings of superior, or are they just all low-level grunts?
They seem like kind of grunts. They don't have like a lot of kind of honor like medals on them.
Oh, I appear to sat at the wrong table then. As you were, have a wonderful evening.
Thank you for your time.
Hmm?
Um, what else you would see in this kind of tavern is a woman playing a piano, a tiefling.
Familiar?
Mm-hmm. Well, certainly to you, Urin.
Ari?
Uh, I know that voice. And see her stop playing the piano,
And Burke.
turn to look at you. My, Urin,
I'm back.
I was afraid you'd never return, considering your interesting hobby.
Well,
Or should I
well,
say, BJ?
why aren't you home? I visited father. You weren't. You and Arthos weren't home.
The manor is so creepy. I just simply can't be around him as he's so frantic.
Um, as to that, maybe you can. Oh, these are my friends, by the way. I've been traveling with them for quite some time. I would, introduce everyone.
I thought they were all fans of your books that you've created. It's a pleasure to meet you all. Um,
Likewise.
I'm Arihala, but you can call me Ari.
Nice to meet you, Ari.
Um, I assume you've come here to visit father?
Well, I have had some troubling premonitions, visions, perhaps dreams, maybe.
Never pictured you as an oracle type, brother.
Well, it's relative to what our more recent encounters have been. I believe there's maybe a connection.
Um, will everything be okay? Should I be alarmed?
If it's anything close to what we fear, it may not be good at all.
Oh, well, I'm saddened this brought you to come here, but I'm also glad that you are here.
Might I ask, what made you feel that your home was creepy all of a sudden? Or as of recent?
So when I first arrived, during the funeral, of course, pay respects to our mother, I spent a few nights there, and for the life of me, I overslept many mornings, but felt very tired at the same. Like something was draining my energy. Normally, I'm a bit upbeat, but staying there felt depressing.
That, that's alarming.
Um, did you have any unusual dreams or anything?
Smoke and shadows.
Hmm.
I will glance around. I'm assuming we're sitting down on a booth or a table or something.
Mm-hmm. I'll say you guys like sat down at a table.
Yeah.
Bartender brings like some water for you all.
Uh,
Do you feel okay now?
Ale, please.
Of course, madam. Brings you some ale. It's like 3 gold.
Oh, never mind.
Uh, seeing as
I,
you brought my brother to me, it's fine. Order what you want.
Can Can I do an Arcana check on her just in case to see if there's any curses or anything attached to her?
Sure. You can. You already used Divine Sense, but you could do like another spell of the same kind if you wish.
On her?
Yeah, if you wish. If you have it.
I don't have it. That's why I was like, I was gonna see if I
Arcana?
sense it.
Okay. So you try to sense something evil lurking upon her, but she seems a bit normal. I mean,
Okay.
nothing seems off at all.
Okay, just checking.
Do you
Stop it.
feel any? Do you feel like? Do you have any lingering nightmares or whatever ever since you left the manor, or has it stopped since you left?
I did have some terrible nightmares at the house, but ever since I started staying here, I've been a bit fine.
I see.
Would you amuse me with allowing me to look into it just a moment? It's just a spell. It will cause you no harm.
Okay.
I'm kind of a wandering mage of some sort. You should know this spell, and I cast Detect Magic.
You have some interesting friends, right?
She just
They're quite interesting, yes.
we just like to make sure everybody that we come across as well.
Okay. Yep. Normally, I'm used to the check by the military here, but this is all new.
I have more questions now for the military check.
But you cast Detect Magic. The only magic she has is a pendant. That seems to hold the sigil of the Duval house.
Do I know the School of Magic?
Enchantment.
What a beautiful pendant.
Oh, thank you. My brother gave me this for my birthday. Arthos.
I was like, don't look at me. I'm a broke artist.
I ain't give you that shit.
I feel
Where
like
is Arthos?
He was getting cleaned up upstairs as we were about to pay a visit to Father. Seems he invited us to dinner. It'd be rude not to show.
Okay, I didn't have to do any work.
He sent you here for us.
I mean, we kind of volunteered.
Well, I appreciate that. But, it'd be rude of us not to at least show up and be good children. Considering how stern he was back then, now he seems a bit timid.
What's did it start after Mother's passing?
I would like to think so, but I don't know. Everything's just so off lately.
You said there was a military checkpoint. Is it your military or the town's or more of these scorpions?
It's more of the Brotherhood of Iron. They kind of run things here. They're the security and the army here. They keep us safe, of course, but I think it's a bit overdone.
It's almost like they're putting a bird in one hand so you ignore the other.
Who's in charge here of the Brotherhood, if I may ask? Do you know?
It is a man, General Siegfried Sander.
I looked to Arya for her to write that down.
And again, everything that I write for my notes is available in the OneNote, so it contains stuff that maybe, well, I wasn't there for, so you're more than welcome. Can you spell that name?
I sure can. Let me copy paste it real quick.
You're the best.
Okay, it's one letter off.
I'd like to say I was one letter off, but I don't think you'll believe me.
He's the general here. Base commander, what they call him.
The Beast Commander?
Base.
Oh.
And much
opposite of a beast. He's actually pretty kind in person. I've met him once before.
What brought them to Westrun? We're kind of out of the way.
Oh, we are most certainly out of the way, but a very large deposit of iron is placed here. And for some reason, they have taken a liking to Father's works. So whatever they do behind the curtains, I suppose, is worth their stay.
Do you know what your father's working on?
Are they pilfering the archives?
Pilfering, no, but they do stay late within the hour.
I'm assuming that's the works then, right?
I believe you asked me something. I'm sorry if I avoided your question.
No. What is your family known to work on? Is it just the archives?
Major historical events, things that have happened between families, or even our personal history as well. Think of us as chroniclers of a wide variety.
Anything to do with the undead?
We have certain things on necromancy, yes, but nothing of like spells, but maybe more of stories, legends of some sort.
There may be something down there as well that only
Within the
the
catacombs?
that, or maybe only father's privy to as the head of the family. I don't know.
Are these catacombs on palace or on your home's grounds?
Yes, but no one really tampers down there, and as far as I'm aware, no equipment's been brought in. Just the head of security shows up in Father's chambers, and they talk for quite some time. If you need his name, is Adler House. I'll put that down.
Thank you.
Not a problem. You all seem very worried about everything. Is there something I'm missing?
We're always worried.
I mean, the current state of the realm isn't that great, so
There's
we're
a-
just hoping that it hasn't touched this side of the realm yet.
I know things out east aren't very great, but as far as Taldore as a whole, things have been fine.
We've seen a lot to always be suspicious. I'll nod like I'm an adult. Like, yeah, I'm smart.
So it would seem.
I think what our little sovereign is saying is that this place means a lot to Uran and your family. And not saying there is anything going on, but if there is something going on, we'd be glad to help.
Might hold importance for Uran, and I do love my father, but I was told to explore the world and make a life for myself, so I cut a lot of ties here.
Who told you to explore the realm? Because Uran was not the same, I believe.
That's what I've been doing the past few years.
Yeah, but weren't you asked to do something else?
Yeah, we have to travel. We have to make a chronicle of our journeys, and it's
Oh,
a
I
family.
got you.
It's a family tradition.
More so, a very famous writer of BJ Deep was created alongside your chronicle
What
adventure.
the fuck? Wait, was that your pen name?
That's my pet name.
I swear to God. BJ Deep?
Lord.
I never heard of this. BJ.
I would cover Aislynn's ears.
Earmuffs.
I'll have to ask Papa about this later.
Oh,
I do that blushing hiding thing behind my cloak.
Oh,
um,
Kazuko's like,
I'm,
no, don't hear.
what a fitting name.
I'm I'm assuming you've read some of my foray into a different genre.
Oh my god.
I might have taken a gander of curiosity of how well my brother writes, and considering the content, it's questionable, but your penmanship is one of a kind, and your writing skills are far beyond mine. So I would say it's great work, but something father might frown upon.
um okay, well maybe when I come out with the next, book to the series, I'll send you a copy. I'll even sign it for you if you want me to.
Whatever makes you happy, brother, that's all that matters. But I would
Thanks.
appreciate a copy, of course.
You think Arthos would be into it?
Can I read a copy too?
Uh, Arthos is a bit like father. He's a bit more
No, he is.
disdained on everything. But I'm sure he'll get over it. You know, he's much, much like a tea kettle. He gets all hot and bothered till he's distracted.
What does he think about this whole situation? It's just
Seems to be a bit oblivious to a lot of what's going on. Um, but he did take my advice not to stay there. He was suffering similar things I don't know what's going on there, but as I was saying before, it just seems like things are off there.
I think if my friends are willing, are planning to stay at home tonight, maybe we can find out something, right?
I'm
I'm.
here for you. Wherever you go, I go.
I will keep you safe.
Should we accompany you as well?
No,
Maybe the more the merrier?
I think you should stay here.
I mean, she's quite capable. She's
Mm,
right, sister. Unless you've gone soft.
aren't you a writer?
We all know the lazy one here is, of course. But, I mean, you're in town. At least spend time with you.
I think it will be okay, at least for the first night.
I think one night's fine. Other than that, I don't care to stay there, to be honest. It's after this you would hear some footfall from upstairs, and a man would appear, tiefling as well. He would see him stop for a second, a very kind of disgruntled look on his face, and then he sees Urin, and then smiles pretty big. Well, Urin, it's been a long time.
Hey, brother. I'm back.
It's good to see
Kinda.
you. Been meaning to talk to you about your work.
Oh, he was going to show me a few things too.
Which word?
Is this one of the girls you wrote about?
Sure as hell hope not.
Oh, is this the BJ Deep work?
My god, your pen name is rather creative.
It's also on page 4.
I assume these people are friends of yours?
Oh yeah, yeah. Everyone, this is my older brother Arthos. Arthos, this is everyone.
Nice to meet ya.
Pleasure to meet you all as well. Is that father's coat? He looks like
He
He gave it to me.
He didn't like him being naked.
I see you travel with an interesting bunch here, Urun.
I've been to the other side of the world, you know, like there's plenty to see.
Assume you've kept many record of these travels.
Yes, I have.
uh, Ari kind of hits Arthos in the shoulder. Quit badgering him. Sit down and relax. He's been traveling all this time, and enjoy time with your brother. He's so aggravating sometimes. It's good to see you, brother. But PJ Deep, are you see? What did I say about badgering him?
You must admit it's quite clever and catchy.
I must refrain from any further comments, but it's great to see you again. How are you keeping?
I've been through most of the continent, and I decided to strike out west, and then further west, and this is where I've met these wonderful people, and you know, yeah, it's been nice. Have you both been back for a long time?
Arthos just got here, what, 3 days ago? Yeah, it was a rather slow carriage ride. I came in a month in advance. My schedule was free, so once I heard of Mother's passing, I came immediately.
Both be staying a while.
Um, I'm at the end of my rope, but Arthos said he was going to stay an extra week, I believe. Well, Father has been acting weird, so felt like I could help around the house, maybe ease his grieving.
That is there.
Have you
Do you
stayed
have?
in the home? Go ahead. Sorry.
I believe they both have at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Did you feel
Uh,
the same things Ari did?
Same things, like the dreams and always feeling tired. Uh,
Yes.
I would say, yeah, for the most part. It would seem like you'd sleep for 8 hours, but it'd actually be 14 hours.
would I recall like when I had that dream? Was it a similar feeling?
A bit. Although you
Okay,
woke up within 8 hours and were ready to go back into the Nine Hills.
gotcha. Um, the the fiery, smoky figure that I'm assuming you both have seen in your dreams. I also have, but on the other side of this realm. So I believe it can't be mere coincidence.
Have you brought a curse upon us?
No, that's ridiculous. Why would I do that?
Arthos, I didn't expect you to be one to believe in such ghouls and ghosts. I just find it strange that he knows of that flaming creature we both dreamt about. And not as he only experienced it, but you have as well.
It's a creature we're emotion to everyone. We're all quite familiar in some sense.
You've all had the dreams as well.
Well, not
Nah,
necessarily. We've fought it.
You fought this ghastly thing.
I'm good at removing curses, if that helps.
She is. She can even heal anything
Then
as well.
what are you waiting for? Please lift us from these evils.
Well, I don't sense anything on you directly, but are you still having the dreams?
Ever since Ari has told me to stay here within the inn, sleep has been great, and dreams have been very absent.
Hmm. So perhaps there is something in the house.
It's definitely the manor. Has father left the manor or the property grounds that recently,
Last
or
I
is
can
he contained there?
Last I recall, he does leave every now and then for his uh, routinely walks amongst the gardens and Western itself, but amongst the walks, he visits the Brotherhood in their forward operating base and returns to the manor.
See.
Hmm.
Uh, his daily schedule is very. Everything has a place. You know what I mean? It's.
Meticulous.
Yes, of course.
Huh. It's just so bizarre. Like, it's not the father I remember.
Nor do I. So I understand your uneasiness at this time.
I look outside. Is it starting to get late?
A little bit, yes. It be getting a little bit darker here and there as you guys continue conversating.
Well,
I I guess or should we head back to the manor? It's getting the sun's going down.
Um, the door of the inn would open, and this gentleman in a uniform, very dark, he kind of has this coat that hangs over and hides his arms, and he doesn't put his arms in the sleeves of that coat. He has very long and darkened hair, a black tie, very uniform soldier. He has a lot of these kind of badges and a one that sticks out and it says in common security.
oh, hi, Colin.
Outside would be a vehicle that's running. I was told to retrieve you all. If you'd be so kind as to join us for dinner.
Um,
Okay.
Is that a request or a demand?
Most certainly a request. For the
Yeah.
outsiders, of course.
um, yeah. Yeah. We'll be right in. What's your name?
Adler.
Adler. Okay. That's nice name. I just walked past him and into the.
Sorry.
You're like, nice name. He's like, quiet. He holds the
walk-
door open for you guys for the vehicle.
I walk by him. You're a very decorative man, I see.
Please carry on.
Let's try to keep the demands towards Iran minimal. I keep
did
walking.
Say please.
I didn't stay to listen.
Okay. You would make sure your feet are in the vehicle and then close the door. And you guys would slowly. He would enter the vehicle and kind of sitting across from you guys, like think like limousine kind of.
Oh, it's the other guy.
I'd be looking around the car, like, admiring the technology, I guess. Like, oh.
He would take his hat off and
Quit licking
bring
me.
out a cigarette and begin to light it. As he begins smoking, he looks to all of you and holds out that box of cigarettes.
What's that? And I'll reach for it.
Slap her hand.
Ow!
I think we're okay. So Adler, where are you from?
That is confidential.
Okay. Um, siblings?
You ask a lot of questions.
I like to gather information. It's a family trait, you know.
Uh, I'm aware of your father's works.
So I'm assuming black is your favorite color.
Uniform code, mostly.
You like your job?
It's not so bad. You can get to know people.
Uh, okay. Wife, children?
Oh my god.
You kind of smirk and kind of actually enjoy your time as you guys make your descent to the manor or ascend to the manor. And at this point, we'll close it for next time.
Okay.
Damn, we have to wait till next session to find out if he has wife and children.
I know.
Okay.
I think I got a lot of notes, so anyone that needs them, it's in the OneNote.
Yeah, that was fun.
Be right back while I end. Alright, everybody. Thank you for hanging out. We'll be back again next. Well, I'll be back tomorrow with either Art or Final Fantasy. Not sure yet. But as far as D&D goes, next Wednesday with more Kurai. And then Wildmount will be resuming tentatively either the 24th or the 31st, depending on the DM. But we should be starting Wildmount back up very soon. So stay tuned for that. But thank you guys for hanging out. No raid again, just ending things here. Hope you enjoyed this session. Have a great night. Bye!